Good morning, people. It's Thursday, the 14th of September, 2023. Welcome to TDA Day After, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by yourselves, the culture. And of course, we're hosted by the best. Can everyone introduce themselves? Yep. Fantastic. I like how people are doing the response. You know what I mean? The call and response. You know what I'm saying? Big up the invisible black people.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Brent?
I'm alright. Thank you very much. And yourself?
Yeah, man. I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit upset at myself though.
Go for.
Yesterday, Tupac
Died.
Yeah, man. I totally forgot. We should have bigged him up, man.
No time like the day after.
True indeed.
Mm-hmm.
True indeed. But you know we were talking about Tyrese, innit?
It could have been perfect. What was your favorite Tupac track?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're both bald, but you know,
Yeah.
one's a serious guy and one's always crying.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, man. What is your favorite Tupac song? Or top three?
The one where he cussed out Biggie.
Hit him up.
Hit him up.
Okay.
Yeah. How about yours?
I've got a few, man. It might have to be I Ain't Mad at You.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's definitely up there for me. What's it called? Is it it's man, it's on the second disc of All Eyes on Me, the third track. I think it's like Holler When You See Me or something like that. Yeah, I love that track.
Don't you find that his music hit differently when we were listening to it proper than if it is you play back now?
Yep.
It's so weird. I wonder if it is that Nas, Jay-Z, Drake, their music gonna hit differently in 50 years. Listening back to it. Think that would happen? You think that music would basically change so much? How it is that we consume it, not consume it, but how it is that we process it.
I think it will, you know, because
there's gonna be
it's gonna be very different. And even if you just compare like the analog sound and the digital sound now in 2023, like you can already get the differences. You know what I'm saying? And like, for example, obviously listening to vinyl and stuff. Like,
are you saying due to the instruments used?
Instruments, but also the mixing techniques, the equipment used and all that type of stuff as well. How tracks are recorded, because you know, obviously if you go far back in time, people recorded real instruments.
Yeah.
But then you've got now squeaky clean instrumentation.
Yeah.
Because it's just straight from, like, you know what I mean, the Fruity Loops.
It's so interesting. It's funny you mentioned Fruity Loops first. It's so interesting how back then we never foresaw how music could get such more cleaner, HD. The fidelity would change in such a manner in which it is that we enjoy it even more. Like, our ears haven't changed, have they?
No.
And the frequencies that our ears can pick up, that didn't change. But the techniques, as you said, changed. I'm wondering, in the next 20 years, what are we going to be listening to? And how are we going to be taking it in? How are we going to be experiencing it? What are our ears now going to be like? Oh, I never knew that was possible.
Do you think there's a chance? Do you think there's a chance that?
Hello.
Oh yes.
Hello.
Basically,
Hello.
we're talking about music, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I gathered that.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. What did I get? TK Maxx.
Okay.
Yeah. How you feeling this morning?
Yeah, I feel right. Not much sleep again. You know, late night and stuff. What can we do? Living and breathing. I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright. The sun's out. You know, that's it. Good.
Do you wear any jewelry at all?
That's about it. That's about all the jewelry.
Just the ring.
That's about all
I
the
never
jewelry.
see you wearing any.
That's not.
stuff.
No, that's not my jam.
Has
really.
it ever been?
I think when I was younger, I had a couple bits, but again, that's not really. You get older, you don't. That stuff don't matter. And then most people, you know, buy watch and put loads of ice in it. As soon as you put the ice in it, it devalues the watch anyway. Really and truly,
Yeah.
you get a watch when you get a factory watch, which a lot of people don't know anyway. So And then even again, if I'm gonna get jewelry now, it's for what's the word I'm looking for? It's for value reasons, as in that certain watches go up over time, where chains don't.
Yeah. But you strike me as like a beads man. Waist beads and ankle
Where the
beads.
beads at? Nah, I've had one pair of beads before. That's it, and that was like you're still close to like 10 years ago. So a beads man, you know, what does a beads man even look like?
You and remember that era when people used to wear like Arab scarves?
Yeah.
Did you used to do that?
No, never. I've never been. I'll be honest with you. I've never done the follow fashion thing. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's a point where everyone was doing Air Force Ones. There's a point where people were doing Timberlands. There was a point where people remember the jogging bottoms that had the rip on the sides that you could just rip open. Never done all that. Off-key machinos. Never done all that. I've never been. I'm gonna do what everyone's doing when like I'll do it at my own time, if that makes sense. Like if I might wear something now, and people are like, right, where'd you get that from? These times I've had it 4 years. I'm not a man to buy something and wear it straight away. So by the time I see it, it's gone out of fashion. It's gone out of season. So but everyone else wants to do the follow fashion thing.
Is that a conscious effort? Do you deliberately say, nah, sorry, careless?
You know it is, yeah. You see, back in the day, yeah, too much people would on a Friday, Saturday go out and buy something for that day and that night, basically. And as I got older, it's like that's a waste of time. I might as well just have a bunch of things, whether it's trainers, shirts, shoes, whatever, fresh, ready for me to wear, as opposed to me going out in the middle of the day just to go out in the night. Don't get me wrong. In the last 10 years, I've probably done that once. In the last 10 years, I've done that once or twice to wear something for that night. But other than that, I don't do it. It's just a waste of money.
And as we're on this topic, what's your favorite Tupac track?
Ooh.
You're not connected at all.
I'm gonna say all eyes on me. Yeah, but there's a couple more. I was listening to one literally just the other day. What is it even called? This is really old. It's on his first or second album. I'm gonna find it for you guys.
Okay.
Is it kind of soft? Like
no, it's not soft at all.
Hard track.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to remember. It's about. Hold on, no, I'm gonna find it for you guys.
How about you? Good morning. How about you, Max?
What about
Your favorite Tupac track?
I don't know. Brandon's got a baby or something.
I don't know. Man said I don't know. Brandon's got a baby.
Fair enough.
Last one. Breathing. What's it called? What's the song called?
Which one?
Last motherfucker breathing. What's it called? It's called. Might be called
I
that.
know what you're talking about.
Let me find out what it's called. It might actually be called that. Last one left or something. Good old Tupac. Pitch Me Rolling is a good song.
Is it good?
No, I said Pitch Me Rolling. That's a good song.
Oh yeah, Pitch Me Rolling.
Pitch Me Rolling is dope
hard.
still.
Pitch Me Rolling. Wait, I want to find out what this one's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. As we spec.
Sorry, Manuel.
Oh, it's just called Breathing.
Yeah.
From the, I think the album.
You wouldn't know that
Tupac-
tune. Do you know that song? Why did you ask? Do you like Tupac? It's just bad.
Because he died yesterday.
Sorry, what?
He died yesterday.
Remembrance.
Oh, anniversary flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, so how come we didn't pick him up yesterday?
This is because this is the day after.
Yeah, I heard.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
The track's called Violent. It's on his that album Tupacalypse.
Violent?
Tupacalypse
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's how, yeah.
Nobody knows that song.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'll go deeper than what people tend to listen to.
Off cuts, yeah.
I don't care about Bun Up and Wise and all. I don't give a damn about that. That's them, man.
Bun Ups.
No, he said Bun Up. He said Bun Up, innit?
Why? Because you said you go deeper than next man. Obviously.
No, I said I go deeper than what other people listen. That's
sure
what I'm
you
saying.
do.
That's why you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I go deeper than what other people listen to. As in, like, I don't go so. Most people just do surface level when they're listening to stuff. You know that stuff that come out on the radio, X, Y, Z. Anyhow, Violence. It's a funny track still. Yeah.
Is that the one where he's telling the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's a good track, man. It's a good track. You got to turn it up though, because I don't know how the man were recording back in the day. The thing sounds hella low. Like, We say?
No, I'm saying the man said violence, you know.
No, it's called Violent. The track's called. What are you trying to say, bro? I'm confused. Well,
No, I don't want to go hear this song.
you've never heard it before?
No. I listen to punk albums like that anyway.
Yeah, see, I don't know. But you know what? I think it really speaks to people. Like, it really speaks to people in terms of what people listen to. You jump in someone's car and then we playing tracks that you've never heard before. Like, okay, cool. Let me hear the etc. And yeah, man, it's just Violence a big track still.
Yeah, man. What do you call it? Yeah, he was talking about how we listen to stuff, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in the future we might just bypass the ears, you know.
Oh, God forbid we do all that, because then you start talking about the whole Elon Musk with the back of the.
Yeah, that's
What do you mean bypass the ears?
So like maybe there might be some new headphones, right? But really it's headphones, so it's just connected to your temple.
No.
And then because at the end of the day you're hearing stuff and your brain's translating it for you
I'm
anyway.
here for this, man.
So they just maybe going straight to the source. It might be.
Well, like built-in joints.
Maybe that would be like afterwards. But I think something that you just connect there. You know what I'm saying? So you just see it on your temple like that. Yeah.
Listen, all that stuff is. We're just getting closer and closer to some weird stuff.
I don't mind that at all. Why is that scary?
Because like, what have we got to do to get there? How much like guinea pigs have we got to go through to get to that where the music's going straight to your temple? Think about that for a second. You can hear me now. That is voice to your earbuds, whatever you want to call it. But then for your straight to your temple, who's got to suffer for that? Because they're not going to do it on mice. They're going to do it on mice first and then go to humans?
I don't know, but some hearing aids give people like hearing, no?
Yeah, hearing aids. I hear that, but we're not talking about hearing aids. We're talking about music going straight to your temple or straight to your.
Yeah, that just might be an evolution of that.
Yeah, but what have we got to do to get there?
Who's we though?
What do you mean, mankind?
You said that you take a while to jump on trends anyway.
I don't jump on trends. That's what I'm saying to you.
Sorry.
They're two
You
different
don't
things.
jump on trends anyway, so
I don't
why-
jump on trends.
why is it a
That's
we
not a
then?
trend I'll be jumping on.
there
Okay,
you
for
go.
example, if they start saying tomorrow, everyone's got to go get the chip in the hand so you can start paying for stuff, social credit, blah, 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 blah. You're not going to do that?
No.
All right. Why not?
I don't see it as the same though.
It's evolution, though, isn't it? They're already doing it in some countries.
That's
You know,
one aspect that I'm not going to be doing, but other things. Look, what is that iPhone in your hand?
what's the point?
Getting defensive now.
No. What's the
Why-
point?
why
What's the
don't you
point?
have a-
You know, it's
Where's
an
your
iPhone.
Nokia?
Why? Yeah,
It's a Nokia
phone?
still. It's a Nokia. You know what? I'll come back with a Nokia. I'll do it. You know, I'll go get the 3210. Still, I'm easy. All I need is messages and phone calls. I don't need
But
all
it's
the
not,
rest of
because
it.
you've been sending me stuff from Facebook.
Yeah, I hear you because it's accessible and it's easy to do. Like, imagine me trying to send you stuff on Facebook with no iPhone. That'd be wild. I gotta go to the internet cafe, go get some like, or have a. It's long. No. It's long. I'm just saying that some stuff I can work with this. Some other stuff I'm just saying, what have we got to do to get there?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, that's all. Some man are blasé about it. Mark's probably sign me up
Nah,
Sign me up to what?
He's not gonna put something in his hand.
to the chip or the temple thing.
Me?
Nah, he's an.
You reckon that's what I'll do?
I don't know.
No. He's anti one of that
I
bollocks.
don't know.
Crazy.
No,
It's definitely more something you would do.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not. Nah, man. That's not. I'm waiting for them to say that stuff over there. I want to see how people react and take that. That's
You'd be
wild.
surprised, man.
I literally see the woman in the shop. She's like, "Oh, here we go. Tried it for the first time, and she got the thing in her hand, and she pays for something." I said, "What in the black blood of Jesus?"
The thing is, I think
going on there?
it will be more so like nanobites, and you see how they will inject us with vaccines and whatnot. It will have nanobites in there, so it wouldn't be as obvious as a little rice green or whatnot.
Yeah, but that's
It
like
won't be
saying
on our bloodstream.
that's like saying that they could have that in some of the vaccines already that people have been
Yeah, it's
willingly, happily taking.
Yeah,
and all that.
it's possible. I mean, I've read articles where they've done that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Ah.
If they inject you with nanobites to basically heal your leg, would you be up for that?
See, that's the problem though. But then
And
it's a double whammy though.
Each of the bites have obviously a tracer. They have.
That's what I'm
some
saying.
form of,
That's a double whammy. Like,
identity attached
what
to
do you do? Do you want to really?
Do you want to walk?
You want to walk, but you
Do you
don't really
wanna
want to
walk?
have that stuff in you.
Do you want to walk?
You want to walk, but you don't want to have that stuff in you. This is the
So
problem.
you would choose walking, right?
I don't know. I'll be honest
I think
with
you would.
Yeah, you say
Think you
that.
would.
You say that.
Let's say it's sight. I think you would choose sight.
Yeah,
You see?
you say that.
Yeah.
But
Now you
do
just
you really
left
want to
your
have that stuff
principles.
in you though? Like, if to better your life, no problem. But I don't know, man. It's just again, what have we got to do to get there? And I don't know, man. I just don't like the way all the stuff is going, man.
I'm looking forward to the topic of the day today.
Of course you are.
I don't even know what we're going to be talking about.
I don't know where it is, but I'm
looking
saying, of course you are. Of
forward
course
to it.
you are.
All right, the
It's
question
gonna
of the
be a
day
good one.
is, what is it? Have you got an allergy story?
An allergy story.
Yeah.
I have to think.
Have you got any allergies?
No,
So you wouldn't have one then?
not really. Now and again, tissue makes me sneeze.
Tissue?
Yeah, now and again.
You're allergic to tissue?
No, I'm not saying I'm allergic to it. I just said now and again it makes me sneeze. I don't know why. It's just strange. It's just weirdest allergy. I don't even know if it is an allergy, but I'm just saying that if I did have one, then...
Is it always like tissue that's kind of old, or is it fresh tissue?
It might be fresh tissue.
1 ply, 2 ply, 3 ply?
Okay.
What? I don't know, man. All I know is that every now and then tissue makes me sneeze. Other than that, I ain't got no allergies. No. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, them back in the day, them Nazi man, etc. Anything to do with like they see as something wrong with you, you're out. Like an allergy. You're out, you're gone, bro. They're not, no, bro, because obviously they see you defected.
innit?
Yeah, which is crazy. So an allergy, all you man and girls out there with allergies, yeah, you would have been out. You would have been done.
I'm not sure the Nazis will look past your color of your skin and then go to the fact that
I mean, you never. I mean,
ply.
you never know. I mean, Hitler was in Africa searching for God knows what. So, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel sorry for you, man, with allergies, boy. You got allergies?
Nope.
You, man? Allergies?
Apparently, I have, man.
Apparently? What do you mean
man.
apparently?
Asthma. I never considered asthma an allergy, though.
What's the allergic reaction to?
pollen and
Like pollen.
all that kind of stuff. Innit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Ain't that like hay fever?
Yeah, exactly, basically.
But you have so you roll with a pump?
No, I just take antihistamines in the morning.
So you got hay fever or asthma?
Hay fever triggers the asthma.
What?
So I got mild asthma. So that's why I don't use the pump or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, when it's hay fever time, that's when I take the allergy tablets.
Okay.
But you should roll with the pump, or just in case, though, no?
I mean, that's what they tell me, but
Yeah, we say you're not hearing that. So you're not trusting the expertise.
I mean, the thing is, you kind of see it coming, though. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take one today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
in the winter, these times now, I just don't feel the need.
No,
You know what I mean? But
Can you remember when Stephen got married?
yes.
You know, I was his best man, right?
Yes.
Right. So, like 5 minutes before, I had to go up and stand next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the bathroom
Okay.
in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the entire side of my mouth was blown up.
Serious.
Yeah, because the corsage crap that I had
Oh, yes.
touched my lip.
Mm.
And then immediately, within seconds, boom. I think it's tingling. Looked in the mirror. So I'm like, crap, what am I supposed to do? And then Kahil came in at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what happened. I think this stupid thing happened. I'm not going outside. He ain't gonna get married, is it? And then he said, oh, I've got cologne.
Okay.
Alcohol content in it. So maybe if it is you spray it on that, it will go down. It went down.
Serious.
Just
Just like that.
within seconds, gone. And then we could get married. So I made I made sure that wedding went on. Well, Kyle did, to be honest.
Aftershave, not even antihistamines.
Alcohol,
What is that? Is that what it does?
yeah, it helps with the reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that science or something?
Yeah, so
Did you know that beforehand?
I didn't. He did, but now I know, innit?
Has anybody? Have they done a test on this? Is this?
But it worked for me.
Right, bro.
It worked, didn't it? So
A first-hand experience.
that was the test, I guess.
Okay.
Have you not been around someone who's had an allergic reaction, like
No.
to nuts or something?
No, God forbid.
You know, you wouldn't have been able to even do that. Take your nuts out in the room.
What if? What I mean previously? What do you mean? What? Because you
I
got.
just did that to test the brother.
Oh, he's eating
They
nuts.
passed.
Why was he doing eating nuts?
Yes, he is.
I'm eating cashews.
What?
I'm eating cashews.
Which is a form of.
You're a dickhead. That's what it is. This man just isn't, man. This guy's a real life foolish. He's just foolish, man. Move, man. Keep your opinions over there, man.
That's the question.
One day he's
Shit,
gonna
man.
grow up. Don't worry.
No, maybe never. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
believe in him, man.
I'm eating cashews, bro. Do you want some?
No.
Why not? Because it's gay. Is it a Y?
No.
Is it a capital Y? Or is it a small Y? Smell these guys, man.
I just wanted to eat no nuts.
I hear you. What do you say, bro?
I'm allergic.
Yeah, because some people just smelling the
nuts.
nuts. Yeah.
That's wild.
He can smell them. He can eat them.
So can I.
Huh?
So can I. In fact, can I have a couple of nuts, please?
I bet you can. Bet you thrive in nuts.
Why you make it sound so gay? I don't understand that. What's the matter with you?
I don't understand.
Oh, you don't understand? Okay. Cool.
I didn't say anything. You
No. When I was what that time I was
You
I
are
had,
the ones making implications.
brother, whatever, man. Stay there with your yard yourself. Listen, when I had the chia seeds in the water and all that, somewhat. So you're drinking seeds, yeah? What are you talking about,
I
bro?
said when you could put seeds in your water every day, blood. What's that on the top of that? What's that in there? Huh?
You want some?
No,
Why not?
it's on an overload today. Man's eating nuts, drinking seeds. You're going for it. You must feel refreshed.
Antonio, get better soon. I hear you in the hospital.
Yeah,
Wish you well.
Pick up Antonio.
Sending love.
Cool.
All right. So should we move into headlines, yeah? All right, guys. So our first headline. According to The Guardian, Rishi Sunak blocked plans to rebuild 5 hospitals that were riddled with crumbling concrete 3 years ago, right? Prompting warnings of a catastrophic risk to patient safety. Just 2 of the 7 hospitals rebuilding projects requested by the Department of Health were signed off by the Treasury at the 2020 spending review when Sunak was the Chancellor, and Steve Barclay, who's now the Health Secretary, was his Chief Secretary. The other 5 were finally added to the new hospitals program in May when the government amended the list, but it has meant a 3-year delay in starting to rebuild dangerous hospitals. In their most recent risk assessments, all 5 have been graded as catastrophic risk, with warnings that an incident is likely. The 5 hospitals are Frimley Park Hospital in Surrey, Airedale General Hospital in Keighley, in West Yorkshire, Hitchingbrook Hospital in Huntington in Cambridgeshire, Leighton Hospital in Cheshire, and the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Kings Lynn in Norfolk. Next headline. I think we spoke about this around the time it happened, and this is basically about an MP called Tobias Ellwood, right? And he's basically resigned as the chair of the Defence Select Committee after 4 of its members called for a vote of no confidence in light of comments that he made when he was basically praising the Taliban after a visit to Afghanistan in July. So the Tory MP said that he had been guilty of poor communications and that continuing to serve as chair would be a distraction, though he insisted that he retained the support of the majority of MPs on the committee. So he came out and he said, I believe I have a strong voice. When it comes to defence and security, I stand up, I speak my mind. I don't always get it right, so it's right I put my hand up when I don't. His intervention before the summer recess left both Conservative colleagues and Labour opponents dismayed, and his ability to continue as chair of the backbench committee in serious doubt. After his visit, Ellwood released a video in which he described Afghanistan as a country transformed. He said that security has vastly improved, corruption is down, and the opium trade has all but disappeared since the Taliban's takeover in August of 2021. The film made little mention of women's rights, which have dramatically worsened, and was criticised by Afghan women, military veterans, and several members of the cross-party committee that he had chaired since the election. Ellwood was a former army captain, tried and failed to diffuse the row by issuing an apology in July when he said that my reflections on my visit could have been much better worded and have been taken out of context. He also deleted the film after that as well, but obviously it's too late. And then last headline, according to the BBC, a Russian pilot tried to shoot down an RAF surveillance plane, after believing that he had permission to fire. So the pilot fired 2 missiles, the first of which missed rather than malfunctioned as claimed at the time. Russia had claimed that the incident last September was caused by a technical malfunction but the MOD, the UK's MOD, Ministry of Defence, publicly accepted the Russian explanation. But now, 3 senior Western defence sources with knowledge of the incident have told the BBC that Russian communications intercepted by the RAF RC-135 Rivet joint aircraft give a very different account from the original version, basically. The RAF plane, which basically had a crew of up to 30, was flying a surveillance mission over the Black Sea in international airspace on the 29th of September last year when it encountered 2 of these Russian fighter jets. The intercepted communication showed that one of the Russian pilots thought that he had been given permission to target the British aircraft, following an ambiguous command from a Russian ground station. However, the second Russian pilot did not, and he basically remonstrated and swore at his wingman when he fired the first missile. And that's it for the headlines.
Yeah, ain't that act of war, no?
Yeah, potentially. That's why the guy was vexed, thinking, like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, obviously it was a miscommunication and stuff. So
let's hope it stays like that.
Mm-hmm. But that's it for the headlines. Let's get to the topic of the day, Brent. All right, people. So I feel like this is one of those topics that was perhaps overdue, and I think it's come on the perfect day because Rich is here, and I'm not too sure, Rich, if you heard about this, right? But we're gonna play a clip in a minute. So Brent, if you don't mind getting that ready, yeah. Mm-hmm. And basically, this is about the Mexican government, right? All right, so you've heard it, right? The Mexican government, right? They basically gave the platform to who are they, Brent? International panel.
Yes.
To basically speak about 2 non-human alien corpses that were found, right? Yeah. Apparently they're 1,000 years old. So Brent, if you don't mind, can you play
1,000?
1,000 years old. Jesus. These aliens been visiting us for the longest while. So Brent's gonna play a clip, and then you guys can get a summarized version.
Today, September 13th, 2023, Mexico's government did the unthinkable. In a surprise news conference, they unveiled real dead alien bodies. Officials are calling it proof of the extraterrestrial. International experts are being flown in for examination. Footage of Mexican government officials are shown unboxing small gray alien bodies that have been recovered from crash sites. These beings are unlike anything we've seen. Small in stature, their grayish skin has an almost ethereal sheen. Those large, haunting eyes, seemingly windows to a universe far beyond ours. Thanks to advanced scanning, we're getting our first look inside these creatures. Their internal structures are baffling. Systems that appear both organic and, strangely, mechanical. These scans reveal intricacies that are, frankly, beyond our current understanding. For years, there have been reports of UFOs over Mexican skies. Were they all real? The truth might be out there, but today it feels a little closer. What do you think?
All right. We're going to start with you, Mark.
Man kissed his teeth straight away.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on this, though, man?
Nonsense.
Serious?
Yeah, man, it's bollocks.
Why?
So you are discovered aliens, you are breaking it to us in 2023, they're 1,000 years old and they look like what we've always thought they look like. What a coinky dink. These humanoid figures, 2 eyes, a mouth, a nose and that. Yeah, I'm not buying it, man. They got that shit from the movies.
So you don't think that that's how the movies were informed?
I was just about to say that to you.
What, the other way around?
Yes.
What, Spielberg and the man got the inside link?
Yes.
That's nonsense.
But you know, people have been talking about the sightings of aliens like in ancient, like from ancient civilization times.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like this. Huh?
Way before movies.
Yeah.
The same depiction that you've seen, these were carved on walls and rocks.
Hieroglyphic.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
So humans started it. It all comes from the human imagination, man.
Imagination. So what you're saying to me is what the people saw back in the day, they thought they were, is their imagination, they carved on the wall.
How do you know they saw it?
Because it tells a story.
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
can go to different, you can go to
fiction or non-fiction.
all over the world. You can go to like different tribes and X, Y, Z, and they all got different hieroglyphics of the similar looking things. They were all telling all imagination.
Stories, man. Stories.
All of them.
Word of mouth, man, from the beginning of time, man. That's how we got here, man.
Nah, you can't be that naive.
Stories built us as civilizations. Fables and things.
So, okay, do you reckon giants existed?
Who?
Giants.
In what sense?
Do you reckon they walked the earth?
I see Andre the Giant.
What, the wrestler?
I'm talking about 13, 20-foot giants. Do you reckon they
These
existed?
stories get Chinese
I'm
whispers.
asking
They
you, Joe, yes
transpire
or
and
no,
they
yes or
change
no?
over years.
Yes or no?
Someone who saw Andre the Giant back in 15 something, wherever it was called, would have said this man's a giant. And then the stories would change. And then by the time 2023, the giants are 20 foot. They're not 20 foot. It
You're
was
not
like
answering the
7
question,
foot,
though.
8 or
You're not
something.
answering the question.
And he was big.
Yes or no? Do you believe the giants existed?
I said yes, Andre the
Okay,
Giant.
Cool.
Not the giants that you're talking. Not the giants that you're talking
That's a
about.
no, basically.
What are the giants that you're talking about? What giants did you see?
Did I see?
Yeah, or your brethren. Who did you spoke to? What did you read? Talk to me. What giant? How big are they?
Big man, I'm asking you.
I'm asking you what kind of giants you're talking about.
Do you believe? No, because you're giving me stupid answers.
Beans-
If you're going to give me stupid answers, there's no point in you answering.
Beanstalk thing? How big are these giants you're speaking of that you believe existed?
13, 20 foot. Do you believe?
So like a Game of Thrones thing?
Potentially. Okay, for example, let's give you a giant whose foot is the size of you. Think about it. Do you believe that exists?
A 6 foot?
What?
A 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe that exists?
And what size was he when he was born?
We don't know, but I'm just saying, what, like, just to give you an example, do you reckon someone that big could have existed before, back in the day?
No.
Okay, no problem.
Cool. So I like the fact that it is obviously you're in this room because you're a skeptic, right? Your mind is closed to certain aspects of these stories, right?
His mind ain't closed. His mind is not here. Well, there's two different things with being closed and.
Do you get angry when it is that people?
No, it's not.
suggest
It's
that
not
they don't
angry.
believe it?
Yeah,
You know
because
he's got anger issues. That's,
No, it's
that's
not
why-
even
where's your-
angry.
Where's your,
It's not-
where's your
it's-
hand squeezing
I
thing?
broke it at your event.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody
No,
knows
for
you got
real, I
anger
broke it at
issues.
your event. Now, my thing is this: it's just like for a man, for him to believe it, they have to come pick him up and be like, "Yo, Mugs,
Yeah.
where's your dealer?"
Yeah.
Like they have to come and link him
Yeah.
and say X, Y, Z. Like that's what he has to believe in terms of everything else. But for
Do you
other,
think that's silly? That some people.
it might be too late by the time that happens.
When you say too late, what do you mean?
We don't know what these supposedly these people are very capable of.
You
Like
just
for
believe-
example,
You just believe everything you're told.
I don't believe everything I'm told.
Come through with a little bit of
Everything
slick
I'm
talk. Come through with a little bit of slick talk and they got you. That's all right. That's cool. Do you, man? Go off, King.
Obviously, you two know of the Tic Tacs, right? Or heard of the Tic Tacs?
The alien spaceship thing. I've seen that.
Oh, you seen that?
What, the Tic Tac thing in the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen all that shit.
All right, but the Tic Tacs.
No,
are not
don't move me.
The Tic Tacs are not necessarily piloted by aliens.
No, we don't know that, but we don't know who or what they're piloted by. But I'm just saying, like, the aerodynamics and the capabilities they have match nothing on. That's coming from like Air Force.
Yeah, but you could be saying that because there needed to be a source for them to reverse engineer that.
100%,
100%. So
100%.
that's what you're saying. This shows that we at some point in time in history, we had access to this particular technology for us to reverse engineer it and then reproduce it. Because
100%.
these Tic Tacs, I'm not thinking that it might be alien piloted. I'm thinking it might be the American government reverse engineered that particular. force
The
of
guy was
reverse
saying that there's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
stuff that they reverse engineered, and they didn't show him everything. They just showed him like one or two things, but he believes that it's a smoke screen for other stuff that they're hiding.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, but there's been too much things that have happened over years, and it's just like, how can you? That's crazy. To just think it's just us in this whole universe.
Yeah.
just people that look like me and you in this whole universe.
Yeah. Now, Mags, do you believe we are alone in this giant universe?
No, I think there's other life forms like that.
Right.
Well done.
And that's the basis. That's where we
Yeah.
can start.
Yeah, that's
You
a
understand?
great start.
Because he is open-minded.
Yeah, that's fair
Because
enough.
there's some people who be like, nah.
Yeah, that's fair
No,
enough.
until
That's
I
fair
see it, no.
There's too many. There's too many planets. There'll be organisms. I don't know if they're single cell or whatever they are, but there's other stuff.
But what do you think? What can your mind? Where can your mind go and take you to formulate what those organisms may look like? Are you just talking about algae? Are you talking about plant life? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, not like
So you're not talking about beings like
functional.
Intelligent
Yeah.
beings. Yeah.
Not necessarily. It's possible. It's all in the realms of possibility. But I'm saying there's definitely like other organisms.
Do you believe that we evolved from these organisms billions of years ago?
What, from fish and turn into and then walked out to the
You know,
sea.
the
And
same
then,
organisms that you say could be on other planets.
Mhm.
Do you think that we evolved from those things?
No.
So how did we evolve? How was it different?
Hmm?
How was it different?
I don't know about evolution and thing. I'm not sure if I believe
I'm
it.
asking you to
I don't know. I don't,
engage in this discussion because if I'm trying to understand based on your logic,
I don't know if we came from monkeys or if the evolution thing that they show me that there was fishes and amphibians and they
The
came
whole
into this
sapien
thing
thing, right?
and then they turn up, then their back straightened up and all that. I don't even know. I don't
know
buy-
if
I don't know if I
I-
believe into all that. Anyway,
I would like to know what you believe in though.
I just believe God
You
made
have a
us and put
theory.
us here, and our evolution was in our brain. When we came, we had 4 fingers and a thumb from since we came here.
So you believe in God,
Yeah,
this entity you've never seen.
yeah. What?
Is any physical evidence?
Hmm?
Any physical evidence of God?
My life, my existence. There's physical evidence.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Have you seen God?
I don't need to see him. I've seen his works.
You've seen these aliens though.
I ain't seen them aliens. I've seen that stuff that man made. I don't know if that. I ain't seen no aliens as far as I'm concerned. I ain't never seen an alien. I personally have never seen an
Sorry,
alien.
let me go back to the previous question. You said that you exist is evidence that God exists. How does that make any sense?
Because I'm still alive today by the grace of
You
God.
could have just said God's
no.
creation, but you know.
I don't understand what you're saying.
The fact that I'm alive today is just only by the grace of God. That's the evidence.
My
That's
friend.
all the evidence I need.
My friend, the threading of logic in which it is that you are straddling doesn't make any sense. And I think you know it doesn't make any sense.
How? Talk to me.
Because you're saying the evidence that this thing that you haven't seen exists is you.
Here's my testimony. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Why couldn't it be the aliens?
Wait, I ain't seen no aliens.
Why couldn't it be aliens? Why are you saying it's God? Why couldn't it be aliens?
What, that kept me alive?
That made you.
Oh.
You're saying it's God. Why couldn't it be something else? How will you show it's God?
See, I walk by faith, not by sight. So that's what the problem
This
is.
is Thursday bags, yeah?
This is
Fair enough. I've been told now, innit? All right, so, Emmanuel, is there a follow-up question now that you've seen the temperature of the room? What do
No.
you think, by the way? Because we seldom put it back to you. You've seen this particular footage now. What are your thoughts? Because this is off the back of the U.S. Congress hearings, right? And I did say at the time, this is going to basically open up a cacophony of other nations coming out to say, all right, is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? All right, cool, let's go. This is the second.
Yeah, but it's a plan, though. Just like always,
talk about that
it's a
just-
rollout.
100% we could talk about that just now.
This is clearly
We
a
can talk
rollout.
about
I don't
that
know
just
what
now.
they're leaning towards, but it is clearly as obvious,
Yeah,
as
but
plain
whatever-
as day.
Whatever the rollout
This
is,
is a rollout.
whatever the rollout is, it's not
We
going to
can-
be. I
we
don't
can
think
get
it's
to
going to be
that.
good.
Probably not.
We can
It's
get
never,
to
it's
that.
never good for us. But this is clearly a rollout.
can
Let the
get to
other countries are going to come and talk, oh, yes, and we got this, and oh, and all these years ago we found
And
this,
this-
but
but-
we never said, and now it's time in the age of transparency, and then, but because the aliens are there, we got to take all your, I don't know what they're going to want. They're going to want something.
Everything.
Yeah. You are going to give it to them because you saw the paper mache aliens in the boxes.
Okay,
That's
all
what's
right.
going to happen.
Cool. So you do believe that we live in a world in which it is that there are scientists and people who care about empirical evidence, right? You can't just show them paper mache and they like, cool.
Yeah.
Right? And this international board that they basically gathered together. They are a compilation of these particular people. Do you understand? So they're not going to present something again to the not nation, to the globe, because they've gone out now and said, this is what we're doing, without stress testing it, proper analysis, right?
If the powers that be want them to, they would.
When you say powers that be want them to, are you saying that these things aren't real and it's just a hoax to then bring something through? Or are you saying these are real, they have been holding on to this, they're just disclosing this now because they want to bring something through? Where are you stand on this?
They're not real. And they've made a plan and they're rolling it out for something. That's what it is. I'm not saying it's real and now they're bringing it out with a purpose. I'm saying they're not real.
Okay. So all of these people are putting their credibility on the line and, remember, swearing and under oath, just for a rollout, right?
I don't believe nothing people tell me anyway at the best of the time. So whether they're swearing, whether they're professionals, whatever, it doesn't mean nothing to me.
Cool. And do you think you're going to change your mind at any point in time based on more information that comes out from not just this Mexican government? Because I don't know if it is that you even believe Mexico has a government. I don't know. So,
Proof and cold hard facts.
what does that mean? What does it look like for you?
What, as far as aliens concerned?
Yes.
Them coming to link you.
Running CCTV footage of one captured.
Can you believe CCTV footage? Because anything could be doctored, right? We've seen deep fakes, right?
That's true, but
So would that really be enough for you?
live stream it? Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna believe nothing short of invasion. Really, nothing short of invasion is gonna make me think anything. Because if these people are so advanced, or they made us, or they put us here, or whatever, why don't they go and get their brethren? Just let the Mexican man just lock them up and roll them out like two idiot duppies on a. You know what I'm trying to say? Why don't they come and get their brethren? Where's all the conflict?
Maybe there's a bigger plan.
Where's the beef? Humans can't get along with nothing. Where's the beef? I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. They don't go nowhere in peace. You get me? So where's the beef? Nothing short of invasion. Then I'll be on board. When there's breaking news, when I'm watching my TV and then it cuts to breaking news and these things are going around, you get me? A bit of consistency. I want all these things turning up in major capitals all over the world at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like Independence Day?
There you go.
You're such a...
I want them in Rio, London, Moscow, New York, strategically placed all at the same time.
All the capitals of the cities.
Where else are they going to go?
Geographic locations.
Of course. If they
with
all that logic, why are they going to go to remote places?
Just like Independence Day.
Literally.
Who's the book now?
Why would they go to remote places? Grand Canyon and that. For what?
But they've been seen in all these remote places.
You'll be seen all over the world.
Is Loch Ness Monster real?
Yeah, but that's a different conversation.
I just want to check where we are in the room.
But who knows though?
You'll have to hear my theory in order to...
What? No, don't go to Loch Ness theory.
Okay.
Is that because there gotta be aliens as well, though?
Sorry, do you believe in dinosaurs? I'm confused. How is it flipping wild? Do you believe in dinosaurs?
I don't know.
You know.
Thank you very much.
You know
How
what's
about
crazy?
You, Manuel?
You know
do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah, of course. So.
Why do you believe in dinosaurs, my friend?
They could have made them fossils up. I don't know, man.
Nah,
Them stories.
see, I've heard people say that, but like the amount of work that goes into having to do that to make.
But
a
to be
being
honest,
out of those
to be
shapes.
fair to Margs, I mean, the people, they are committed to basically rolling this out. So
the
why
cause.
wouldn't they take the time to do this dinosaur
They're
stuff?
committed to the cause.
Because a lot of the time people don't say, oh, they make up the bones. They say they find the bones and arrange it in a way that suits them. But I'm thinking
No,
they
some
can't
people do
that.
say that they make the bones up.
No, but I'm saying a lot of the time, most people would say, oh, why are you going to believe someone who just found bones and rearranged them and da-da-da-da? That's the argument.
Bear in mind, the bones that you see in the National History Museum and
Yeah.
they're all obviously fake.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the actual fossils are not.
Here's
on display.
here's an interesting.
Sorry, before we move on.
Well, no, I was just gonna say about the dinosaurs. I was just gonna say something quickly about the dinosaurs.
Okay.
The word dinosaur came out long after they found them.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't realize that they found these bones next. Whereas the word came out long after. So
Yeah.
what were they calling them when they found them?
Monsters.
Yeah. could be
Who the
monsters.
hell knows? But anyway, please move on.
Yeah, I don't really think that matters too much.
No, it doesn't. But it's just like it's just
It's
weird.
just language. It's something that you just ascribe to an object or a thing.
Maybe.
Because in 100 years we can decide to change it from dinosaurs to something else.
No, they won't. I'd be surprised if they did.
Okay, go.
Well, anyway, move on, please.
No. I'm saying, so in this room, Emmanuel believes that dinosaurs existed.
Yeah.
Do you believe they existed?
Yeah, I believe they existed.
But Marx doesn't. So when you're saying, let's set the baseline, this basic thing, you're like, no. Why don't you believe they exist?
I never said I don't believe. I don't know if they did. That's my stance on everything. I don't listen to nothing people tell me. I don't believe nothing people tell me. You get me? That's just always my stance on anything. I'm just an inquisitive soul. I question everything. I never said dinosaurs don't exist. I just said I don't know for a fact that they do. I ain't never seen no dinosaur. I ain't never found no fossil. You know what I'm trying to say? And any dinosaur bones that you saw in the museum, you already just clarified they're not real. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, they found the real ones and keep them special and then bring these ones here so they can display them. You're just telling me stuff. I don't listen to nothing people tell me. You know that. So that's where it comes from. I'm not saying it's a definitive hard no, dinosaurs are not real. My stance on everything is I don't know what I don't know.
But God, you know.
I know God. Because I'm here. Give testimony to that.
All right. Cool.
Amen.
All right, Emmanuel.
All right. So I just wanted to give a bit more information to the people as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys saw, right, these mummified specimens, right, were displayed in glass cases as part of an official unveiling at Mexico's Congress in a hearing that has stirred excitement amongst all the people who believe in UFOs, basically, right? Politicians were told that they were found in the city of Cusco in Peru, and they were estimated to be about 1,000 years old. Also, one of the journalists that was spearheading this entire thing, right, basically testified under oath, like Brent said, that almost a third of their DNA is unknown, and the specimens were not part of our terrestrial evolution. So obviously, these are extraterrestrials. They've come from outside of us, right? These specimens are not part of our evolutionary history on Earth. This is what the person's saying. They're not beings that were recovered from a UFO crash as well. So there's no remains, there's no debris or anything like this, right? They're basically saying instead, they were found in algae mines and subsequently became fossilized. So this is why they look like this. They're not paper mache. Fossils. And that's the reason why they look like this, right? But I have to be fair. So the guy who's basically the same journalist and UFO researcher, right, who kind of spearheaded this thing, Jamie Mousson, right? In 2015, he did come out, right, and said that I have to be fair, I have to put both, arguments on the table. In 2015, there was a claim by him, right, the same guy, that there was a mummified body that was found near Nazca in Peru, right? And he basically said this was an alien, right? So this was further, basically, his proof of da-da-da-da. So it seems like, obviously, he believes in this anyway, hence the reason why I guess he's dedicated his life to this, right? But later, it was debunked, right, that particular mummified body was actually a human child. You know what I'm saying? So that was no alien.
So he's a liar.
that was a child. Huh?
I don't think he's a liar. I think he's misunderstood.
He says he's misunderstood.
Yes.
It's a nice way of framing it.
To be honest, him saying it was an alien is because it looked like an alien.
I think so,
And
man.
then they did tests, and then they told him, whoever did test, it's not.
Basically.
Could it not have been the same people that Marx is saying is doing this as a hoax?
We should look into what the ramifications of this is. You get me? What is it? You get what I'm trying to say? Where it leads to? That's what we should look into, and then you can kind of get a better picture
move on to that, because that's
of
the
what's
exciting
going
bit.
on.
That's the exciting bit. What happens after? Because it doesn't matter if it's real or not. Something's going to happen after, right?
Yeah, I think that will give us a better idea of what we're working with. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because if the aftermath is conveniently, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't like. Then to me it will speak to.
Whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
Because people are, when that happens, there's still going to be, you need to show the evidence as to why you're now putting through these policies to now say, let's all have everybody being able to be tracked at all times.
So we know who humans are. So we know who the humans are.
Precisely. But people are going to be, people like you,
I'm gonna what?
anarchists, are saying, nah, I'm up. Don't tag me. Don't look to distinguish me from any other thing, because I don't even believe that there are any other things. So I'm not going to comply with whatever you're telling me to do. You're going to rally against the machine. And
Always.
you're going to have brethren as well. They're going to
Always.
look earthy. You know what they're going to look like. The same people that you don't like blocking highways and whatnot.
No,
Yeah,
ain't no
rich.
one trying to get tagged though. That's my point. No one's trying to get tagged. Even if what he believes or doesn't believe, no one's trying to do the whole united.
And that's why they need
Bare
to
people
show
will do
that
it.
it's
They just made
legit.
us sit in our house for 3 years for no reason. Like bare people will do it.
No,
What
but
are you
there'll
talking
be a
about?
small bunch that ain't doing that tagging thing.
It'll
Yeah,
be more
tiny.
than small, to be honest.
It will start small though.
No, I think it'd be small.
Different
No,
parts
it'll
of the
be
world.
more than small, because if you see how many people like watch these stuff on YouTube,
Mm.
obviously I've gone on bare rabbit holes and stuff, right? Millions and millions and millions and millions of people. Them are the small people you're talking about.
Yeah, but watching stuff on YouTube and actually putting things into action is different. Bare people talk about it and don't be about it. That will whittle down.
True.
It's a small percentage of the millions and millions of viewers. It's a small percentage of the people that's actually gonna do what they say or got the courage of their convictions. And everybody has. People just talk shit. That's what the problem is.
I agree. But I think they will still need to show some burden of evidence. They have to. They have to.
To push something major through like that.
100%. And they all need to be on song with that. All the nations that are doing the same initiative or program.
When they release, so how old are these ones?
1,000 years.
They've had them for 1,000 years.
No. They 1,000 years old.
The bodies are 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
How long have they had the bodies for?
I'm not too sure. You know?
No, you said it. You said they found it in 2017?
Oh, hold on.
Is that what you said?
Can
you remember that number?
No, that was 2015, the first thing.
1 second. So
What
these
is it?
bodies have been there untouched. Just.
In mines, they uncovered it.
Oh, they unearthed it.
Yeah.
Archaeology thing.
I don't know the date, you know?
Indiana Jones thing.
Just like the dinosaurs that you don't believe in.
Sounds.
Alright, let me ask you
sounds
this.
similar, fishy.
Let me ask you this. Do you reckon Area 51 exists?
I think so. I swear it's a place, isn't it?
But you reckon it exists, or is it just a myth?
I think it's a place in America, isn't it? I don't know what's in there.
No one really
Right.
knows what's in there. But
Because
Because I told you what was in there. What you talking about?
it
no, as
exists
in
in.
that, I know what's in there, but as in that,
You think
no,
you know what's in there. But
Well, we have a rough idea what's in there, but
Because I
no
told
one
you.
here has been there. You get obviously there's rumors, and at one point in time, the American government disowned it for good knows however long.
he wasn't at the War of Versailles, but yet he knows what happened there. And he believes what happened there.
I know where it was. Just because I know where it was and I know that it was there, doesn't mean I believe what's going on, what they said is going on in there.
Because you don't want to believe.
X-Files.
I don't think it's a case of wanting. It's not.
No.
It's not a case of wanting. I doesn't think me not believing doesn't because it doesn't
It's a
do it. It
handsome
doesn't.
room, you know.
It doesn't do anything for me.
It's a handsome room, you know.
As I said,
Thank you.
thank you. He's a man that has to go there, and the aliens have got to come and buck him and be like, "Yo, Marx, I don't like the way you're talking about my people, bruv." Like that. Other than that, he's not believing it. Like it don't make no sense for me.
Yeah,
Like,
he thinks the
literally.
rule has to be like Independence Day for him.
Yeah, like come knocking on his door.
Why do you just believe anything people
It's not
tell
about
you?
believing anything.
You get in trouble that way.
Listen, even
You get
Christopher,
led astray.
even Christopher Columbus was talking about back in the day in these journals. And we're talking about 1800s. In
He's
these
talking about what
journals.
aliens.
Talking about seeing funny things in the sea and all that sightings.
Bro, them man, they didn't know nothing. Them first man that was going around the world, they didn't know nothing. They saw all types of things that they thought was crazy that are normal
But
things
even
now.
then-
them
but
stories that they sent back home have transpired and transitioned into all types of nonsense.
Even then, the hieroglyphics on the wall, you think all these men are just using their imagination. You think they were just all high.
Why do you think they lost their... when they saw people with other colour skin, do you know what they thought was going on? They thought they was aliens. Do you know what they thought was happening? You are sick.
Brent, do me a
They thought they were
favor.
savages. They didn't think they were aliens.
Brent,
No, at first
Brent.
they thought it was animal. They didn't know what was going on. They had to get up close and personal and realize, oh, rah, these are people. They're just different, innit?
This guy's an idiot. Brent, do me a favor,
Okay.
please. Can you bring up some hieroglyphics on the screen so people can see what we mean by
All right,
hieroglyphics?
so there are other clips of this same hearing that shows what you're asking me to do.
Okay, cool.
Like, and it's not just the hieroglyphics. They go through different civilizations and
Yeah.
cultures and show the cave paintings and the markings where it resembles the same image here as the ones you've seen in the boxes.
Okay,
Yeah. I'll find it whilst we're talking. But
please.
yeah, but that's not going to be enough for Marx.
No, it's not going to be enough, but it's more for the viewers as well, because some people have no clear what hieroglyphics are or care. So it's just, for a topic.
Enough evidence hasn't been released that you lot could show me that could convince me.
To be honest, you're right. My mind is already open. I want to believe anyway. You understand?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I'm already compromised, 100%. I'm biased. I'm biased. But from even in my state, I will still look left and right and see the people next to me who believe in such and such, and they will still blow my mind with stupidity. Do you understand? I would need to have a logical sequence to basically say, yep, I believe that's true. And we live in a world in which it is that we know a lot of things are hidden from us.
That's
that much we
facts.
believe in.
Yeah, that's facts though.
Right? So this alien stuff, he mentioned Area 51. That's one of his, I guess, earliest points of reference of the US government deciding they're going to now have a program where it just focuses on these things that every single publication was talking about when it happened. First of all, when that first craft dropped, all the newspapers were saying, oh my goodness, a flying saucer, this and next. And then the next day, Coincidentally, he said, it's a flying balloon. The man got to them. Obviously. Big wrap up. But Area 51 is a thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And there were other areas, obviously. But I only know about this in detail because one of the guys who worked there went on Joe Rogan.
Yeah. You're not
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, Bob Lazar, that's it. Bob
So
Lazar.
again, these threads, these little flipping crumbles,
Yeah,
it
but
makes
it's
sense to me.
tough. Loads of people go on Joe Rogan and spout nonsense as facts, like all the time. And because there's deemed as professionals and we
I told you
can't
I'm already
fact check it.
compromised. I want to believe. Do you understand? I'm already there. I'm a Christian and I believe in angels and demons.
Yeah, but so what does like that wanting to believe, like what is it, what's the end goal for you? What do you think it achieves once you pull the curtain back and you get everybody on board with
I'm
with
not
your way of
satisfied
thinking?
with what is in front of me on this particular earth. I think in my head I've clocked that. Right? And I'm a stargazer 24/7. My mind is always thinking what more? Because I believe in a what more, God. Do you understand? So in my head, I've evolved past just timeline bollocks. So I'm like, entertain me, please. Give me a reason to have my mind percolating. This is why I'm open to whole different things. And I like stories.
Yeah, I just think they would have found technology. You're talking about all these ships. They can't reverse engineer or anything. Our space travel is meaty.
I don't think it is.
All right, cool. So I've watched Discovery and everything there. We're meaty. We're
See,
years behind.
you see, this is
That's
very
crazy.
silly.
That's
very
crazy.
silly.
That
What you
is
just said is very
crazy.
silly.
What?
It's like saying go to NASA for all the information you need to know about space. And Discovery Channel is a different channel or different entity below this NASA thing. And you're saying
I wasn't
go
talking-
to go
I
to
never-
History Channel for all the information you need for the universe. That's
Nah,
bollocks.
I never meant Discovery Channel.
Sorry, what did you mean when you said Discovery
What did
Channel?
you mean? Please tell us.
Star Trek Discovery.
This guy's a joke. This guy. That's why you can't have certain conversations with him. He can be in the room, but he's not in the room. There's no point talking to
No,
a
but I
certain
like
man.
this because it breaks up
Come on, nerves,
the
man.
dense stuff. You need someone like you to
I believe, yeah, we should be, because like you're saying, yeah,
Wait, no, go on.
like what you're saying, yeah, you're saying maybe they could have got the depiction from the aliens in the movies from real life aliens, isn't it?
I think that there was a point in time where there didn't used to be this type of space travel within film. There didn't used to be.
Yeah,
Then after Area 51,
There was.
it was because they at the time they were like, this is something the world we need to start getting used to. The best way to do it is start drip feeding these concepts.
So I
by a
believe,
film.
yeah, this is what I believe, yeah.
Same as Harry Potter.
I believe, yeah, that all them sci-fi movies, sci-fi TV series, whatnot, they all use the same language, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's all made up stuff, but they all use the same language, innit? The same kind of fairies and like warp travel and whatnot, yeah? So I think maybe there's technology that they have or things that they're working on that they're trying to roll out and they do it in movies and stuff. So I'm saying I think there's a reason for that, for the language being consistent and the ideas being consistent because it comes from somewhere before, like what you're saying, like the pictures of the aliens probably come from them having aliens and stuff like that, innit? So there's something to be said to that. But the fact that they haven't made the advancements, you get what I'm trying to say? Like the fact that there's not bare space stations up there, the trips
They
to
are.
Mars.
They are. You're
Yeah,
saying they're not. They are.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. Like they're not going, they're not exploring. You
They
get me?
are.
They're not going where no man's gone before.
They
you know what I'm
are.
trying to say? Like to the unknown and
They
rest
are,
of the
and they're even collecting minerals on these planets. They've sent the flipping Mars drones to collect stuff.
I just think in this information age where everything's so accessible, yeah, it would be more prominent if these things was going on at the rate or to the level that I'm talking. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it
So you're
seems
saying
all
in mainstream media.
it seems all covert and
There you go.
make believe. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we're still shrouded in.
Why do you think that is? Because we just talked about why do you think they're doing this disclosure? Why do you think that is? Why
Wait.
do they hide things from us?
Because they don't want us to know stuff.
and they want power.
Well, knowledge is power, so if you have the knowledge, you can have the power.
This is it. So they don't feel as though everybody needs this.
No, I get where you're coming from, but I'm just saying, you thought, all of us did when we had to do like time capsule stuffs in school and all that. We thought we was
I
going
was
to be
gone by that time,
gone where?
by the whole time capsule thing.
Where was you?
It was,
Jail.
that weren't, was that primary school or secondary school?
Primary school and thing.
You went
sure?
to jail in primary school.
No,
Yeah,
I
he
thought- I
probably
thought it was
did.
secondary. I thought it was
Probably,
secondary for some
he probably
reason.
did. But we thought, yeah, we
My
thought,
friend did that.
That was legend, man. Let him land.
we thought we was going to be living like the Jetsons
Mm.
by 2023. You know that though. That's facts.
That's
You know,
100%. That's legit.
we did.
We thought it would be flying cars.
We thought we'd be living like the Rouse Clark Jetsons by 2023. Get me? And the advancements that we're making are not up to speed with just all this information, all this technology that you reckon that they have. I think they would have pushed it out to society
No.
by now if they actually did have it.
No.
So at what
Why
point
would
in
they
our
do that?
life,
No.
at what year in human history do we start living like the Jetsons?
But there's other things you got to factor in, though, innit?
Because at 2045 ain't going to be much different.
But do you honestly believe that the human society is ready to live like the Jetsons?
They're not.
Everyone you know, everything going on, every scenario that's happened in the last 3 days, do you think the society is ready to live like the Jetsons?
Boy, we'd be ready for where I don't even know because yeah, I'm ready for it. Like,
so-
you get what I'm saying?
If the Peckham situation happened in the sky, how do you resolve that?
Bare things getting blown up.
Yeah, I don't know, but obviously we still have shops on the ground, so it would be still be the same thing, just that we could have flew there with our cars and thing. You know what I'm trying to say? That's all. Maybe had our androids handle it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Why haven't we got androids yet? Servants, proper ones as well. Not like these stupid meaty robots that they try and roll out. Why ain't nothing proper? You get what I'm trying to say? Like the levels, we're not advanced. If we had alien technology, all this stuff, then reverse engineer it, would be way more advanced than we are as a species. You don't believe that?
Hold on. For example,
I don't understand.
Bob Lazar, you know, he talked about the source of free energy.
Yes.
Do you think they would ever let that happen in society?
No, because they want power.
Exactly. If they give out free energy tomorrow, all these businesses collapse. Like, ain't no one getting free gas. Like, no way. Petrol goes out the window, diesel goes out electric. For what? Come on, man. They can't have that. And think about it, he said this years ago. No one believed him. Now they're saying, oh, there actually is a chance this free energy might exist.
I told you already, Marcus, I'm compromised. I'm already there. I already believe that all these things that they're feeding me, I can see reason and logic in it. Because I believe that those that are in power are very wicked. Do you understand? I believe they're very wicked. If you know that Big Pharma could go to Africa and start flipping, giving us certain diseases as test beds, why am I basically saying they can't keep back technology from us?
Okay, cool. But then, when, like I said, I do believe they use movies and that and stuff to just like to roll out ideas like before they're ready to pitch them. You get me, concepts and stuff like that, yeah. And just with everything with the advancements, there's at some point, it might not be in our lifetime here, but at some point, something's got to click, and we've got to take that next step, that jump. Do you get what I mean? Technology wise, like, we have to do it.
not ready- we're not ready for
to
that.
iPhone.
That's not enough. No, that's not
You know
enough.
how big a jump that was?
Yeah, but no, that's not enough. That's not enough. I'm sorry.
Still not ready, though.
It's not enough.
We're not ready, man.
It's not enough. So
I'm ready. I don't know
at
what
what
you
point?
guys are talking
At what point are we going to take that step?
I'm
Another
ready for
100,
space
another 200 years.
I think it's going to happen very, very, very quickly.
This is what we thought in '99. We thought this would be like this by 2023. We really did think that.
I just told you just now, like when the whole Area 51 stuff happened, that's when all the Jetson stuff started appearing in movies and cartoons and this, that, and next. Because that's where they thought this was going to be going. Do you understand? Because they now said, wait a minute, this is a power that we could look to harness and use to our own devices. We'll pretend like everybody isn't ready for this bollocks. So we'll keep it to ourselves. Imagine these people who were in the same level of awareness as us before it dropped down have now said they're the only ones that can handle it. It's power and greed. Power and greed. To say that human beings, this is the point that you're making, we're not ready for anything. how do you know? How we can conceptualize angels and demons. I'm not sure if it is you're a Christian. I don't know. I don't know if it is that you are a
Christian,
religious man. All right, cool. We've been conceptualizing that for time. This is supernatural power. And we're like, prayer changes our physical state.
Based on belief and guidance.
100%. I love that. So if you tell me that you can't show me something that is made out of metals and alloys and this, that, and next that can do something beneficial to humanity, and you're saying that it'll be hard for me to comprehend, then you're insulting my intelligence. And you might be right. A lot of people may not be able to, but they're bare people who are taking mushrooms just for recreational purposes. And they're going different places in their head. And you're telling me they can't conceptualize something that you're saying, we're now able to travel from one particular country to the next via a bus that has wings. Remember, back in the day, oh my goodness, impossible. That would be magic. Now this is a regular thing for us. You're telling me we can't basically handle that? Of course we can. Of course we can.
Yeah, I think we can. He said the humans couldn't.
So I'm saying that they progressively, the whole society isn't ready for such an advancement. Stuff like the tablets that you all use and iPads and stuff, when were they released? Say early 2000s, right? Star Trek or whatever came out before that, but yet still they featured in those kind of shows. So where Marx is talking about products and things are released to the humans world before it is released to the general public, they show you it, they give you a glimpse of it. So say, let's take Marvel, phase guns and the phase, whatever they got. All of that stuff is stuff that they have and they're working on. So Marx is correct in that point.
No, he's not.
He is,
Sorry,
because...
wait, you might be right. What is he correcting? I was too quick to say that.
Products and
Technology.
technology
being rolled
is
out,
being
rolled
rolled
out.
out.
It's being rolled out through movies.
That's what I've been saying. So when you say, all right, I like how it is.
So you're both correct.
No, Max and I on the same side. We're get you. So if it is that we could wrap our heads around these Marvel characters and their superpowers and their phase guns and this and next, that means we are ready to see phase guns and all these superpowers.
But are we ready to use them and utilize them?
No, because we haven't had access to basically get used to it.
Right, so who then bases that control?
The wicked people. The wicked people.
The man.
The mind.
I think they're women too.
Yeah. But
These.
Or aliens, as you say.
100%.
there has to be aliens on the board then,
Yes.
if that's the case.
Have
You
you
know what I
seen
mean?
the
In
next-
the
What directors?
big
100%.
conspiracy in
Yeah.
the New World Order,
And
there
you
has
see
to
the
be an alien
next,
on the board.
Prediction from the
Simpsons?
Simpsons, where they're saying that basically the president's gonna come out and someone rips off the what's it called?
Yeah,
Off
he's
his-
a lizard or something.
Yeah, like I'm like, to be fair, they've got like 25 out of 25 so far. So who's to say they're gonna be wrong? I don't know. I hope it don't come true. I'm watching the TV, some random green man just
Technology,
pops out.
technology is a big thing for me. I don't think, obviously, the advancements in technology, medicine, all these stuff, like, there's amazing. There's stuff that they could do that I don't know how they can do and whatnot. But even so, from the outside looking in, for me, we're not as advanced. We're not as advanced as we should be. And if we had alien presences here, I believe that they was communicating with, thinking with, working with, finding all this engineering stuff, their anatomy, spaceships, the reverse engineer this stuff, we would be further along than we are.
They have machines that can control the weather. Are you
Facts.
aware?
That's
They have
true.
machines that when you shoot a pulse, entire bunches of people, they're disoriented, they start vomiting, their brains go. They have that technology. They use it in warfare.
Yeah, but that's light.
Light.
Let me ask you a lot of questions, yeah?
That's a
I got two questions, yeah. Firstly, I want us to introduce our guests, right? Because people are wondering, who's this? So yeah, man, introduce yourself, please, to the people.
So I'm Maurice. I'm an author of. I'm a self-published author of a children's book titled "When Does Daddy Love You?" Self-published it last year, and I am currently on tour. So this is the father-son version, and there's a father-daughter version floating around the room. So E-Man has one. They're there, and then yeah. So I'm here to let you know that fathers are relevant.
Wait.
All right. So we're gonna definitely get into that in our interview section, right? But I want to ask you a lot of questions, right? Why do you guys feel like, well, for the alien enthusiasts, that the aliens are actually from outside the Earth?
Aha.
So obviously,
I know where you're going
I know
with
Mark said like under like in the
Yeah,
ocean
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But ocean aside, like it's kind of like this to me, right? It's kind of like everyone came here. We've been here for let's just say we stayed in this room for I don't know a few years, right? And we had kids here and everything, right? And people just started looking outside the window. So outside the window, you know there's a world outside of this house, right? Or this room. But then someone decides to go and venture off outside this room, and then you meet some other human being upstairs somewhere. That person's still a human like us, right?
Yeah.
Why do we not think that alien potentially could be from another part of the Earth as opposed to outside of the Earth completely in outer space?
I see where you're going with that. In the earthers and all that. I hear it.
Well, one of the theories is that some of these species of aliens,
Yeah.
like the greys, and I think there's the lizard people, they live in the earth.
Okay.
They live in the mountains. Not in as in how you would set up a tent in the mountain, but inside of the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's even how some of these inner earth people say that they're like giants and stuff living in the mountains. So it's not beyond scope of
I mean, the theory is the way they look at us is how we look at ants. Ants got their own ecosystem, kings, queens, people doing jobs, X, Y, Z. But we can step at them in a heartbeat. There's no reason for us to talk to ants, X, Y, Z. That's why there's no reason for X, Y, Z to talk to us, because they're so advanced and we're not, basically. You know how crazy it is for someone to look at you like you're ants. Like, just the concept alone.
Sure.
So,
And also, I was going to ask you, how long, because you're saying that we should have advanced further, right? How long do you think human beings have been here? As a species on the planet?
I don't know the exact number.
Like, roughly.
I don't even know the rough number. How long have we been here? A couple million years or something?
I think, like, it depends how far you go back, right? But in terms of actual Homo sapiens sapien, I think they're talking about, like, what? 100,000 years?
Oh,
Right?
is that it?
Yeah.
So how long ago was the dinosaurs? A couple million?
Like 60 million, yeah, something like that.
long time.
Oh, then the Earth was just barren for like 60 million years then.
No, I mean, there's all different other, mammals
Been
and animals
flooded,
and plants
this,
and
that.
different things there, yeah. But actual lineage, our lineage, that would have been dated back like millions of years as well. But actual human beings like us, Homo sapiens sapien, the advanced form that we are today,
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
yeah.
I think that's nonsense. I think they just make numbers up.
Why do you say that?
Because how can you quantify billions of years? How can you test that?
Carbon dating.
I think that's bollocks as well. It has its flaws.
Yeah, it's all gonna have its flaws. So okay, so how long do you think the Earth's been there? For human beings?
So I think I kind of gauge it from the leaps and bounds that we have gotten to within my lifetime.
Okay.
I'm thinking, all right, cool. There was R&B that was good, and now R&B is different now, right? There was no phones, and now there are phones where you can basically talk to somebody and see somebody in Africa.
Yep.
There was no... Can you just deep the internet?
This is
deep the
basically what I'm
internet.
getting.
Deep, you being able... There being a time when you couldn't pick up a camera and record
Exactly.
movement and sound.
Yep.
Even though
Capturing
all of
time.
all the materials and elements that make up this camera existed in some form of fashion in its rudimental state. But now, due to knowledge, we can now not even have to think about, all right, I'm going to go live, I'm going to press this, and everybody around the world can now see what's happening in this particular room.
Yep.
And we take it as a... So I don't think that billions of years ago is when dinosaurs were there roaming, or when cavemen were going hoo, 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 hoo. Because of how much we jumped in between
Okay.
this time.
So this is basically where I was going with it.
And I don't believe, because everything is rooted in my belief. an open belief in God being real, right? And obviously the Bible being some reference point of the earliest record of history, right?
Okay.
Again, just
Yeah.
take it as it is, right? Even though it's changed in Sinai school. It wasn't billions of years ago that these particular things were created. The Bible, these tablets and schools and the Sinai, right? And it's recorded as this is how the earth began. Do you understand? And if it's not billions of years that the Bible was first told through words and then written down in the Sinai, then I can't get behind this whole it's billions of years that man has now looked to evolve into now what it is that we are today.
But remember, human beings, going along the whole evolutionary theory, right? Human beings only got some level of consciousness. Sorry, I shouldn't say consciousness, but civilization. Let's just say 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So you're not going
when you say civilization, what does that look like? Are you talking about the black man?
Yeah, I mean, the Batman's been here since. The Batman has no birth record.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, in terms of Homo sapiens around the world and actual civilization, people come together, economics, agriculture,
10,000 years
cities.
that isn't a lot to me. 10,000 years isn't a lot to me.
Okay.
But billions is.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to say. The reason why I'm saying it is because you're only going to get man talking about these things going back 10,000 years.
All right, so
max.
the very first, what
Yeah.
state was that man in? Was it who?
The very first what, though?
This civilization that you're saying
Yeah.
happened 10,000 years ago,
Yeah.
right? I'm thinking you're talking about where we can actually start recording things,
Yeah.
or passing down oral traditions. What
Yeah.
are you saying?
Yeah.
So, what state was that first man in?
Like us?
When you say like us, what do you mean?
He would be able to do things like to grow crops.
This
to,
is
to
what I'm
plant,
saying.
To paint.
All right, so he can communicate as well.
100%.
All right, so
Yeah.
you think billions of years before that, they wouldn't have been able to pass down to this first man some aspect of what happened before?
No, but billions, there was no man in this form. So you'd be completely, there was no Homo sapiens sapien. It's like, this is where your common ancestor would be walking the planet. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
So, you know how you got like Neanderthals?
Who?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Cool. And then what they called it? Denisovans, right? And all them type of people. That's like 500,000 years ago.
Who do you see as Neanderthals?
They're like an offshoot of us, and then they mix with white people, innit?
I see them as the ones that were cast away, right? Or they could even have been mixed with. It goes back to my theory of the whole Nephilim and stuff.
Okay.
And the gene splicing with these angels, right? Certain creations were made that God didn't make, because if you believe the Bible, Adam and Eve could communicate to each other and they could communicate to God.
Okay.
Right? So there was enough language there, right? So much so that you can pass on anything that is being told to you.
Okay.
Do you believe that? Because instructions were received and they were
like
disobeyed.
I feel like instructions are received today, though.
What?
I feel like instructions are received today. I feel like people
I'm not saying that they
communicate with God.
aren't, but I'm talking about the very first time where
Yeah, but what I'm
you
trying to
had
say
to
is,
communicate.
what I'm trying to say is, in the way that instructions may be received today from God, and you speak to God right today, there would have been that same type of thing with Adam and Eve.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure if it is you understand where I'm coming from. So,
Okay.
when you said Neanderthals,
Yes,
these Neanderthals communicated in some form of fashion, right?
yes.
How do you think they communicate to each other?
They would have been talking. Like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and they could
Grunting and-
understand it, could
Yeah,
perceive
yeah,
it, right?
Yeah.
And the ability to even your brain to perceive that as language that they can now act upon,
Yep.
that suggests some form of intellect.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. And you say they mix with
What, white people? No,
mix with white
basically,
people? Why don't you see them as white people?
who? Neanderthals. Because they came from Africa at some point in the States.
Oh, so
Again,
they're black.
I'm just like, I'm not saying they were black. I'm just saying they came from Africa, because that's where human life came from. You know what I'm saying? But they just left Africa early. You know what I'm saying? And they got trapped over there.
Stop. When you say they came from Africa, what was it? Was it African? Was it just a mold
What do you
on
mean?
the ocean?
Not. I mean, it wasn't called Africa at the time, innit?
Yes, it wasn't.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Was it?
So
just
when
a
you said
mold?
it came from Africa,
Yeah.
you said life began in Africa.
Yeah. So the landmass is Africa today, right? Where human beings, that lineage of human beings,
Yes.
those group of people, Neanderthals, about 300, 500 years,
Yeah.
1,000 years ago, they would have migrated outside of Africa,
Yeah.
right, and gone into like Europe and things like
All
that.
right. So in the very beginning, everything was joined up.
Yeah, but that's like millions and millions of years
Stop
ago.
saying that. I don't believe that bollocks.
No, but that's according to his to
All right.
evolution, isn't it?
All right. And was there life millions and millions of years ago?
Human life,
Yes.
not in the form that we're talking
So
about.
you do
today.
believe that from fish and algae and whatnot,
Mm.
man became.
I'm articulating the evolution
I'm
theory.
not
I'm not
interested
talking
in
about
that.
my.
I'm talking to you.
I'm not taking it under enough study for me to say this is what I believe necessarily.
So you don't believe in anything other than what, just God?
I don't like to believe stuff. I like to know stuff. So this is why if it comes to certain things, I just like to learn that particular thing and be like, okay, cool, I understand what you're coming from.
You have beliefs, man. Don't say.
No, I do have beliefs. I don't like to stay in those beliefs. I like to know things. You
Do
know what I'm saying?
that God is real?
Yes, I don't believe that God. I don't believe in God. I know God. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's not belief to me. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? So that's different.
That was cold. Man said, I don't believe in God. I know God.
That's facts.
I don't know. I mean, for me, that's not critical thinking.
Okay. Why is it no critical thinking? For me to not have a belief?
Yeah.
That's the height of critical thinking, because you're now trying to take something under study to say, I know enough things about this for me to progress this idea of mine from a belief to a know.
I believe there's a sequence of events that happen, or a sequence of processes that happen.
Yeah.
It starts with the belief. It
course.
starts with curiosity,
Yeah.
and then the belief now causes you to
Study it.
yeah to search, right?
Yeah.
And to find something that you believe is logical enough to basically
Yeah.
say, all right, I'll assimilate this. I'll take this into my dogma and say, correct.
Yeah.
Even in that state, there is no. It can change.
Of course. But
So what I don't want to get into this. This is not important.
okay, cool.
I
Let's
just
get to the main
wanted
thing.
I just wanted to basically ascertain that I can hear you speaking.
Yes.
And you saying that you don't believe in things.
No, I
it
said I
doesn't make any
don't
sense to
like
me.
to. I don't like to. That's what I said. I know there's certain things I have to just kind of leave as belief that I will never be able to prove, right? But I don't like to just have a place in my mind where there's a bunch of stuff I just believe. I don't think that's really the most intelligent thing to do. I feel like you should if you've got the time, decide if this is something that fits into something that you know to be true, or if it's not, it's just fake. You know what I'm saying? But some things I know I will never be able to think.
To be honest, you can say what you want. You can say that you know that God is true because of how real he feels to you, or how he presents himself in your life, right?
Yeah.
I can't take that away from you. That's fine. That's not really important. I could
Yeah,
care
yeah,
less.
yeah.
But I believe in God, and I would. When people say, "Why do you believe in God?" I would tell them it was because of these particular experiences, and because at this point in time I can't shake this feeling. I can't.
feeling.
Yes. Cool. All right, so
Yes.
let's continue.
Yeah. So remember the thing I was basically the reason why I was asking about how long you think human beings have been here is because, like Mark's talking about, we should have advanced, and I'm saying if it is the case of us being here for 100,000 years, if you believe this, right, Homo sapiens sapien, then we have advanced quite quickly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only happened, like you're saying, in the last 10, let's just say, do you believe it? In the last 10,000 years. So for 90,000 years, we were just kind of just doing the slowest stuff ever. So really, if you
This is
step
it.
back,
The amount of leaps we've taken since these times. Because you couldn't have imagined anything during them feudal periods and this, that, and next, right? Everything was just dark. Them dark ages were just dark, right? But now, as I was telling somebody the other day, let's just take back in 1941. They would find certain things, certain alloys and this metals and this annex, and they would use the processes that they have in order to try to find out how this can be used in the level of consciousness that they have, and how they deploy that consciousness in products and this, that, annex in the time. If they can't find out what this particular rock can do, they will park it. They will put all of the reports and research in with the particular thing and return to it in 50 years' time. Now when they can use this particular method to now look at this and something else happens because your advancement and your tools have now advanced. And then from that, again, in the space of this particular time, you're now realizing I could have done this time ago
Yeah.
if it is we had this knowledge. So I do believe at any point in time in the next 25 years, you're going to see a big leap in what you thought was possible, Marks, and what they already knew. We've done clock this time ago.
Yeah.
That leap is vital for me to start believing in other things. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
They can't hear me, remember?
I think they can.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. There's no way. Yeah, if we're more advanced just in our life and in technology and all that, then that opens up my mind to thinking other things.
Yeah.
I think we're too primitive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I don't think we've had the experiences with those people that you think we might have had.
Yeah.
Because that means there'll be like some kind of sharing of knowledge. Because if it wasn't conflict, then what was it then? Because if it's not conflict, then you've met them and it's been peace. Then where's the learning? Where's the growing? There's no examples of it.
In mainstream knowledge.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, that's 100%. In mainstream knowledge.
So, but then we don't know what we don't know what they got.
You know how advanced like germs are?
Germs.
Yeah. Do you know how advanced they are? When you deep what they can actually do to a living being. And that's just stuff that isn't mechanical, isn't really, well, some people say it's technology, everything is math in some form or fashion, right? But they're very, very complex. You can say they're the first aliens, and they were here before us. These vaccines that do certain things to our body and fight this whirlwind of technology within us, that for me is my evidence that, wait a minute, if you've put this in me and it's doing this, it's breaking down this particular thing, and then I'm getting my strength back, and oh my goodness, I feel much better than I was before, because this particular thing broke me down. This disease, this ailment had me popped down. I felt like death. I was walking dead. And then you've now inject this into me, and now I'm like, wow. And yes, it is microorganisms and this, that, and next, but just translate that into bending and melting alloys, and then separating atoms to then cause a, and then looking to harness that energy from that in order to power something else. For me, that's this high level math. That's high level knowledge to me.
Yeah, but we've had high level knowledge. They built the pyramids back then. They can't even.
Who's they?
Humans.
Oh, okay. Is that what you think?
Why? Who built them? No, go there.
I told you, man.
Mankind didn't have the IQ to build the pyramids, bro.
The black man did.
If you look at, maybe he had help, but if you look at how the pyramids are built, they're on like the Earth's equator. You know what?
When
So
you,
that was
when
their
you
calling.
deep dive,
Do you know
when
how?
you
Do you
deep
know
dive,
much kind of math you have to do?
So that's what the aliens were here for, architecture. That was their calling. They came, done the pyramids, and
amongst
left.
other things.
Yeah?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Is this what we're saying?
I mean, if they're going to be here for a while, you need homes and stuff, innit?
And there's pyramids all over the world. Let's keep that in mind. All over the world. So
The Egyptian artifacts all over the world, the Egyptian writing all over the world. In places they're not supposed to be.
Humans travelled. Migration and that. Took a long time, but they done it.
It's interesting.
All right, so basically, at the end of this,
Yep.
we need to hear more information. We need to see more things. You may even need to see footage, as you said, CCTV footage of these little things walking about, right? Again, I don't even think that there's one species. I think they're all different types of species.
Do you think we're living in a simulation?
No, I think that's bollocks. That some stupid person. Well,
Oh, you sure? Yeah.
Who's
I just
so
need to. Because obviously, sometimes I just want to check the room. You done?
I
dinosaurs
told
with
you,
me.
I am already compromised. But there are people on my left and my right. I'll still be like, you're bonkers. Do you understand? That whole simulation where somebody sent me a TikTok. They're saying, I can only see you because I've allowed you into my orbit. And the moment in which it is that you do some red flags with the sign, and I've said, I'm no longer going to be spending time with you, you cease to exist. I'm thinking, are you dumb? I just haven't been going to places
Where
because
you
you're
been?
not there. Yes, but they were like, nah, you just think that's what's happening. But really, they've gone out of existence. It's very stupid.
No, but Ben, what proof have you got that that person doesn't exist anymore?
Because I'm only entertaining what you just asked, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
help
yeah,
them
yeah,
in it.
Because once it is that I no longer communicate with you, I've blocked you in this, that, and X, I might buck into you in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Have I forgiven you? No. And said my simulation now wants you back into my lived experience, my human experience.
Subconsciously, yeah.
This is, I said that's very stupid. I'd rather not spend time thinking that everything is a simulation. Do you understand? This is one thing I can't get behind. I'm not open to that.
Yeah,
I'm closed-minded.
All right. All right. Well, I think we need to move on from here.
Yes.
We've got a few other things that we need to get to.
More important
Aliens
things.
are coming to link you, Marks.
it.
Remember I told you, bro. They're coming to see you, bro.
Who, the aliens?
Yeah, they're gonna come check on me still. Remember I told you. Yeah, let's move on, man. For
They
real.
should, man.
All right, Rent, let's go into our headlines.
Peace treaty.
Between them.
It's an intergalactic peace treaty. And they've got a base on the far side of the
Dark side of the moon, innit?
Transformers, yeah. It's in there. If you see that, that will show you a lot about aliens. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a good film.
All right, so the next headline, all right? Brent, there's a link that I want you to click here.
Yes.
Just so you have a visual at this next one. So the next headline, according to this particular couple, Norway's Princess Martha Louise is going to be marrying her American partner, the self-styled
That was
shaman,
quick.
Durek Verrett, right? So King Harold V congratulated the pair, saying that he was happy to welcome Mr. Verrett to the family. The princess relinquished her royal duties last year to run the alternative medicine business she shares with her fiance, right? Mr. Verrett is known for promoting according to this article anyway, unfounded medical practices. He's also, by the way, suggested that cancer is a choice, and he sold medallions online, which are said to like ward off COVID-19 and things of that nature, right? So he's one of those type of guys, super alternative. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And basically, the woman as well, Princess Martha Louise, she's also claimed that she's able to communicate with angels.
Oh, God.
All right. So,
How did they find each other?
but
Tinder.
oh no, they communicated via the mind.
Reddit. Probably Reddit.
And yeah, man, they announced their engagement in June of 2022, and they've received the king's blessing, man. According to the family, the king and queen, they released a statement saying, "We're excited to have Durek Verrett join the family, and we're looking forward to celebrating the big day with him. We wish Martha and Durek all the best." Next headline, trigger warning here, and the Met Police have paid damages to 2 women who were arrested at the Clapham Common Vigil for Sarah Everard. Patsy Stevenson and Dania Al-Obeid took legal action against the force after their arrests at the South London protest during COVID restrictions. A settlement has been reached and substantial damages paid, is according to the law firm, which is representing the pair. The woman told the BBC that they felt immense relief, but questioned whether the force's apology went far enough. The Met said settling was the most appropriate decision to minimise the ongoing impact on all that were involved. Hundreds attended the vigil in March of 2021 to pay their respects to Mr. Everard, who was 33, and he was kidnapped, trigger warning again, raped and murdered by police officer Wayne Cousins. Images of the women being handcuffed to the ground and led away by police officers sparked anger over Scotland Yard's policing. And the last headline, schools and teachers urgently need ministers to publish long-delayed transgender guidance to ensure that pupils are treated with consistency and fairness. This according to the Children's Commissioner for England, right? Rachel de Souza said that the guidance, which Rishi Sunak has promised to publish early this summer, should be issued as soon as possible, based on her conversations with parents, children, and school leaders in England. So basically, in an interview with PA Media, she said, "I think head teachers, families, and children are calling for it, crying out for it. They're all talking to me about the need for this clarity, so I think we need to see it as soon as possible. There are 23,000 schools in England. We can't have everyone doing different things. It's got to be fair for all children. As Children's Commissioner, that's the perspective I come from. So I absolutely need that guidance out to children, families and schools as soon as possible. for clarity, for fairness, and for good safeguarding. Head teachers have described the delay as frustrating, and they say that they've been forced to form their own policies. And that's pretty much it for the headlines. It's time to pay them bills. And it's also time for the People's Journal. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal.
You're doing well so far, by the way.
Huh?
You're doing well so far.
I'm not serious. But I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, so I haven't got much to talk about, right? But I just wanted to mention, apparently, payments made with cash rose for the first time in a decade last year as consumers have struggled with rising prices and stuff. Do you guys use cash at all nowadays?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay.
No.
Is it? No. Why do you use cash for certain things and card for certain other things?
No, I don't work with money.
Just depends. I've got a couple hundred on me right now.
Yeah, someone might give me some cash. I might have
In your
to.
pocket?
Nah, it's in the car though.
Okay.
You want to go and prove it?
No, I believe you.
Yeah, Sean
I
owes
have
me
no
money or
problem believing
something.
you. I'm compromised.
Yeah, man. They're still saying that the number of people that use cash is obviously still dwarfed by people who use debit cards and stuff like this, right? But apparently, people are saying that they find it easier to manage their money.
I was just about to say that. It's better. You can see what you're spending. Because with the card, you just tap and swipe and thing. It's not real. You don't see it. And then the next thing you know, you go look at the balance and more's gone.
Away.
More's gone than you bargained for. You get what I'm trying to say? It don't make no sense. At least with the notes and the coin, you can see what you got. You can see it dwindling throughout the day as you're using it. You know what I'm trying to say? You can see that, whoa, you have to pump the brakes. You get me?
Yeah.
The card thing's the idiot thing.
I mean, it makes sense. Deloitte, have you guys heard of Deloitte? Ben, I know you heard of Deloitte, right?
Yeah.
Basically, their company, right? Big company, and they're looking to cut more than 800 jobs in the UK, man. Yeah, man. So the company is basically one of the big four accountancy firms, right? And it's considering the move as part of a cost-cutting restructure. They'll speak to Sky News, and they basically confirmed that some roles were potentially at risk of redundancy, but they didn't go into any specifics and stuff. The amount of jobs that's going to be lost basically represent a 3% cut in the company's workforce, because the company basically hire about 27,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So the 800 jobs isn't the biggest thing in the world, but still, it's going to have an impact on those people, obviously, who are going to be losing their jobs. The next thing I wanted to mention is about Wilco. So apparently, some jobs have been prevented from basically being removed, man. Remember last week, I believe, we were talking about Wilco and how they've gone into administration and things of that nature, and there's going to be a bunch of stores closing down. One of their rivals, The Range, you don't know The Range, right? Yeah, apparently they bought Wilco. So they bought the brand, they bought the website, and they've retained the company's digital trading team, right, which comprises of 36 people. They've not gone into details into how much it was bought for, but people are basically believing that it's going to be about £5 million that they paid for it, which
For the
sounds
whole thing?
super cheap. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they must have been on their face, boy. 'Cause $5 million for Wilco's. Okay.
Exactly. It's crazy.
What's this monopoly?
But yeah, man, this is basically what's happening with that particular situation. And also, I wanted to mention about how inflation. Sorry, there's things in my way. Sorry. Basically, yeah, inflation basically has affected John Lewis and stuff. Do you guys shop in John Lewis?
I ain't shopped in John Lewis in years.
Do you feel like it's a relevant store?
Not anymore.
I think it is
What do you guys think?
for a different tax bracket.
Yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
a different tax bracket, network, lifestyle, preference.
Do you feel like, because I feel like a lot of the things that you can get in John Lewis, you can get elsewhere for a lot cheaper. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's why.
what's the
That's why you look good.
Yeah, it's the quality of the name, innit? So
Station
it's
and
John
all that, innit?
Lewis, yeah.
But if it's the same product though, from the same brand, so let's just say you
You're
bought something
applying
from
reason. You're applying reason to it. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm a bargain hunter. Other people like convenience.
Yeah. True. Makes sense. But yeah, man, they basically got some transformation plan, which they're saying is going to take about 2 more years to complete, right? Than they initially expected. And this is basically down to inflation. Like inflation's kind of held up certain things.
Transformation to what? What are they gonna do? What, are they gonna start flying around? What's going on?
I don't know, but basically what they're trying to say is they're trying to deliver greater productivity and efficiency, man, to boost profits.
Listen, the
You know
last
what I'm
time I
saying?
was in there, I bought a lottery ticket. That's it.
That sounds like they're about to cut jobs and make the people working there work more for less.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically that. Yep. And for some reason, it's going to take them till 2025 / 2026 to do it. So yeah, man, that's what they're looking to do, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal, man.
All right, whilst we're here, do you know what Mr. Porter is?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an online shop, right?
Do you know
Like-
what Mr. Porter is?
No, the person.
No, I switched the camera. Sorry.
Ain't it like a designer?
It's a design brand. They high-end design stuff, I believe.
Okay, cool. I didn't have a clue about Mr. Porter. I didn't. And then this boy brought me in, right? So he bought something for the live show. I'm not even sure you wore it.
I didn't.
Can you imagine? And it came in its own bag, and then a separate bag that was clean, right? And it got delivered by a delivery man, not a postman, like a delivery man. This is obviously sounds very stupid because you'll probably think obviously is you have to deliver something with delivery man, but it was just a T-shirt. It was just a T-shirt. Isn't it a plain T-shirt?
But that's the
Pretty plain,
quality of
yeah.
the branding that they're offering, though. They're offering the elite service.
Look,
You
y'all
feel-
have probably been in this particular level of knowing this for a while. It just spun me because I went to Google to type in Mr. Porter and I saw the prices there. I was like, of course you're buying stuff from there. This is probably your place. Do you know how much expensive stuff is on that particular site?
It's all designer stuff, isn't
Everything.
it? Everything's expensive on there.
Bloody hell.
I mean, I don't frequent there regular, but if I'm looking to do, because I don't really. You see me, look, I'm like a tramp now, like a psychopath. But I don't really like dress up and shit. I'm very casual. I don't really make the effort. I don't really care. But if I'm gonna,
Yeah, for real.
then I'll do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's me. I don't really do things by halves. If I'm gonna go for it, I'll go for it. So I'm all right because, like I said, I'm not on there shopping every week, blowing all that money on them designer clothes and that because they don't really mean nothing to me. But if there's a time when I want to go out and if I want to make a scene and need some designer clothes, I know where to go to get it.
And is it all designer?
What, on Mr. Porter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get my money up, man.
You could definitely shop on there if you wanted to. All that bargain hunting.
But I
you've been
don't
doing.
think I would do it because remember he was there talking about John Lewis, and that kind of came to mind because I would never go into John Lewis to get stuff I know I can get from Sainsbury's or something.
No, but to be fair, like the stuff that you see on like Mr. Porter and them type of sites there, depending on obviously the time you check, right? It's going to be cheaper there than it is if you go to actually like the actual Givenchy or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So it's a discount marketplace for designer stuff?
No, depends. Where you go. So you need to go. Yeah, you need to go during sale time. That's what you
Alright,
want to do.
okay.
But yeah.
All right, okay, cool, man.
But yeah, man. Let's go on to the next segment, man.
Interview, no?
Yes, indeed.
Giacomo.
The Big and Tall special, innit?
Hey.
All right, guys. All right. So like we said, we have a very esteemed guest with us, right? And he did introduce himself earlier, but I do want him to introduce himself again, if you don't mind.
I'm Maurice, the author. Thank you guys for having me today. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I'm here, self-published author since 2022.
Okay.
You know,
So-
I've been getting a couple of messages from a couple of people that in the chat, and I've already told them that you're married. Yeah, so
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But I'm not, not everyone knows.
Defense,
Let it be
first line of
known and all
defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like you said, Maurice, you're like self-published since last year.
Yes.
What made you go into that? Firstly,
I fell into it. It wasn't
Okay.
planned. It wasn't oh my God, I'm an author. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It happened. So it was a case of 2019, I became a father.
okay.
All right, cool.
Congrats.
Thank you. Loved reading to my child. Love reading to her all the time. Anytime I go shopping, buying books. Every book I'm reading, it was, oh, daddy's gone to work. Daddy's not in the story, or daddy's represented as something that's not actual father. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to start a little project with my daughter.
Yep.
Started as a photo album, swiping through it to going through it. Because I used to say this, when does daddy love you? I used to say it to her every day anyway. So I started with that, going through it. And then it just, eventually I added words to it.
Okay.
And then when I added words to it, I had a photo album of like 60 pictures, and we used to go through it every day. And then one of my friends was like, oh, dude, you should make a book for her. And that kind of instilled the thought process that led to this.
Okay. So in your photo album though, yeah, how were you turning that into a story? Is it like, was it a photo album of basically you and your daughter?
Yeah, things that she was doing.
Okay,
so like,
okay.
as a parent, you know your child is doing something naughty, but because you're new to it, the child is cute. So you're seeing, yes, you're doing something naughty, but cute. Let me take a picture.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's what that was.
So was it difficult, like, making that step from saying, okay, from basically when the idea came to your mind, to actually having this product today?
It was a learning progress.
Okay.
Yeah, learning process, sorry. So it was very much, I didn't know what I needed to know until I needed to know. So I learned as I went. Like, there was a lot of things I needed to figure out in terms of the logistics of it all, sourcing, and even down to getting the right barcode and registering the barcode. All of that stuff I didn't know until I needed to know it.
Okay.
So it was a lot of self-research, and then I've spoke to a couple of people, and I did my best to figure it out.
Okay. So, like, obviously, like you said, there were certain things that made you say, you know what, fathers are not being represented in this particular fashion. Was it also the fact that black fathers weren't seen in a particular way, or did you have just like books that had black people in there anyway?
I had books that had represented black people also, but it was just fathers. So it was as a father, I felt underrepresented in books.
Okay. Interesting.
How many books do you have?
So this is my first one.
You're gonna continue doing
Yeah,
it?
so I'm working on a few more. My aim was to put out another one this year, but life kind of slowed it down a bit. So early next year, I'm hoping to put out the next one.
It's all children's books.
I'm going to be doing a few more children's books, and also I'm working towards doing an adult cookbook as well.
Oh, a chef, yeah?
Yeah, I love cooking.
All right, then.
So you from the West Indies?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, serious?
I'm going to bless people.
I was wondering why you were just glaring at me while I was talking.
I felt comfortable. I was related.
Cool. Yeah, I feel good now.
When was the last time you was in Trinidad?
This year. Carnival.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You've been carnival here.
Yes.
Oh,
I just want to know, like, how does it compare? Because you know, it doesn't compare.
It doesn't compare. Like, there's no element of a Notting Hill carnival that you could say represents a Trinidad carnival. The vibrancy of it is exquisite. You're walking and you're seeing colours, you're seeing flares. It's like a parade of peacocks.
Okay.
Like, there's no mosh pit level style Notting Hill rush and push and grab and all of that kind of thing. None of that.
Okay.
You have more space, you explore, you express yourself. Fun vibes all day.
Respectful.
Yeah, it's a lot more. It's the culture, so everyone kind of engages in it, so they understand the boundaries of it.
Okay.
It's not just a bank holiday street party.
Not just a wine, catch wines.
Yeah, catch wines, catch vibes, and just enjoy yourself.
I want to go to one still.
I recommend it.
Highly. I want to go to Trini one.
Trini.
For the wines?
Pardon?
Or for the entire experience?
For everything. For the whole experience.
You need,
like I'm saying, 'cause I probably feel like how you feel, even though I don't go carnival like that. I can't see Notting Hill Carnival being anything like being at a proper carnival on one of the islands.
No.
I can't see it being close, so I just want to go and experience it.
You need a high level of endurance as a warning.
Yeah. He's
The-
got that.
The build up is so intense and it's so back to back that by the time carnival comes, the day after you're done. Like, you need to sleep for a week after. There's back to back events, 3-4 events in a day sometimes, and you're going from one to the next, and then you're in a costume for 2 days in the heat. Stay hydrated, have your endurance up.
Yeah, that sounds all mad.
So was you in the costume as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done costume many years.
Have you done the hair as well?
Yeah.
What kind of costume?
A feathered crown, a backpack, some little gems on my shoulders.
Shots.
Yeah, shorts, yeah.
I say shots.
Shots.
So, Brett, when are you gonna like go carnival, man, and enjoy it? 'Cause, like you don't go to carnival here, innit?
No, I did. Somebody asked me that question the other day. It's not that I'm actively not going because of some sort of religious leaning. It's because I don't like crowds and stuff.
Okay.
Right? If TDA says all right, next carnival we're all going to experience it, I'm going. Right?
Cool.
Outside of that, I'm not willfully getting up and going because I didn't grow up like that in the first place. If I grew up going to carnival, then it would be a thing where I would see it as part of my lifestyle. But I didn't.
Okay.
So over here, the experience is totally different going as a spectator and a masquerader. So if you're going just for the sake of going, you're going to have a totally different experience.
Okay, because the masquerader, they're not playing the crowds because they're not.
Yeah, they have their section, they have
Okay.
their security, they have their band, they have access to everything that they need on the road whilst they're moving. But as a spectator, you're standing on the side, you're more privy to the obstacles.
Gen
of-
pop.
Yeah, gen pop, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a jump
I
up, you know.
can do the whole like dressing up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I could be on the float and dance
Yeah.
and stuff. I would love that. That would be something that would be like a moment for me. So definitely, if it is somebody invites me to do that, 100%. And I've got the body for it as well.
Hey.
That's that.
What's that in
dream
Notting Hill? Yeah, you're
100%.
saying in Notting Hill, yeah.
I would prefer to start with the authentic one, so I can say I've lived proper, and then compare it to the basic one.
There's no desire to go to Notting Hill for me, like none, and I actually want to go to a proper authentic carnival. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like Notting Hill just does nothing for me, like nothing at all whatsoever. I need the authentic joint.
So what can you cook? What's your favorite dish? The best dish that you can actually cook.
curry, crab, and dumpling.
All right.
That's my favorite. All Trini dishes I can make. Caribbean dishes easily. Food comes easy to me.
Do you make doubles?
Easy.
Whoa.
I don't had one.
I feel Brent's let you down.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because I've never attempted doubles. I've never
Brent,
attempted
as a
doubles.
Trinidadian in the room, any room I've been in, they've either tried it or they know of it.
That's
So I
him,
feel
yeah.
like
He makes sure that.
I know doubles.
Yeah, you know it, but do your people know it? They
No,
know
no.
it.
I mean,
but
these aren't my people.
We are your people. We have tried.
every morning and you don't even supply breakfast.
Brent, you don't claim us, no.
We are your people. We are your people.
What I mean is, in my head, each time it is I make roti, it's like a family gathering. I don't
Okay.
just wake up and say this Saturday I'm making roti, because that's not even a healthy thing for me anyway. You understand? I grill every single week.
Okay.
I've made a shrine of a grill outside. So that's my lifestyle. That's my routine. But I've never attempted doubles because I've never had to attempt doubles. I would love to basically take a weekend and say, all right, I'm actively going to do this. I know the flour is not going to be the same as in Trinidad. So I know it's already going to be degraded, right? It's not going to have to be the exact same experience, right? And where am I going to get
Everything you need, you can get in this country.
no, there's one particular thing that I like, and I'm not suggesting that you...
Tamarind
so-
sauce, cucumber
you could
chow.
get all of
Is
that,
it for
all
the
that,
doubles
all of
or
that. No,
what is
it's
it?
a pepper. It's a particular pepper. It's a Scotch bonnet
Scorpion pepper.
pepper. No. Is that what you use to make your doubles?
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't use
Okay.
that for my roti.
What are you looking for? A brand or?
No, it's
oh,
Scotch bonnet, but it's,
pimento pepper.
Yeah.
You can get that over here as well.
From where?
They call it bullet chilies. These
don't
Turkish
believe
shops,
you. I
man.
don't- no, don't do
No,
that.
trust me.
Don't-
The bullet cheese, same size, same quality, same thing.
Sorry. Bullet chili.
Yeah, they call it bullet
Does
chili.
it look like a bullet?
No, man, but it's a pimento. It's honestly the pimento pepper that we know and use.
Give me a second. I'm gonna get some from
Okay.
my thing and show you what I'm talking about, because it might be something completely different. that you're
Nah, I know
talking
pimento
about. Alright,
peppers from Trinidad, man.
Sorry,
I use them all the time.
cool. Sorry.
Well, you can't get it. So how are you gonna get it?
No, I have some, because each time it is Daddy goes back, I tell my auntie to.
Yeah, so I do the
Oh,
same
okay,
thing.
okay,
So
okay.
pimentos I bring back, shadow benny I bring back, all that.
Wait. Do you bring back Shadow Benny as in the bush, or is it in already packaged in the
bush.
bottle? Serious?
Yeah, I go to the market in Samoa, I pick up my shadow bunny and I bring it back.
When next you go to Trinidad? No, I'm serious because
Hopefully next year.
this is good because every single time Daddy has to basically get the bottled one, and I prefer not to have the bottled one. I prefer it to be the bush in it.
So over here, you can get I think they call it Japanese Thai stinkweed or something
I
like that.
used to get it from Whitechapel, the
Okay.
market in Whitechapel,
Yeah.
and then the next time I went, it was gone.
Right,
and
so
I couldn't find it anymore.
could currently get it from Shepherd's Bush. I get it from Halsden. There's like West and Northwest. There's a lot of places
This is
that
amazing.
stock it.
Good.
Like Callaloo, all of that kind of stuff. You can get
Serious?
over that side. Yeah.
How did your wife find you?
Carnival.
What, in Trinidad? Yeah.
No, here. Carnival,
Serious?
yeah.
You winding her, she winding you, was it?
It was a mutual wine. Mutual wine in costume. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Oh, you were both in costume?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cold. That makes
crazy.
sense. More than the Gen Pop thing.
Precisely.
So it's from Trinidad as well, yeah?
No, she's Ghanaian.
Serious? Okay.
Hey, your people,
That's what I'm saying. Big up the Ghanaians.
supposedly.
Do you know that book?
Yeah.
Do you have that book?
No.
Okay, cool.
I can probably cook 90% of whatever's in there. I've seen it. I've been through it before, so yeah, I know what it is.
This is amazing, man. You probably cook better than him.
Probably. You never know. No one cooks better than me, but
So he just folded his legs. I believe you.
nah,
I'm compromised.
there's so much stuff I need to learn about cooking. That's the beauty of it. You get me? Techniques and things.
Yep.
You can never know too much. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. I appreciate people that can cook better than me. Hopefully they can teach me something, share some recipes or something. You know what I'm saying?
I like to delve outside my culture too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to-
I'm not specific. I'm not culture specific. I like food. Like if I've gone somewhere and I've eaten out and I've said, "Oh, this is nice," let me go home and try to figure out how to make it. That's me when it comes to food.
Are both your parents Trinidadian?
My dad is born Grenadian. I was born in Trinidad. My mom's Trinidadian.
Oh, you were born in Trinidad?
Yeah.
What time did you leave? What age?
2001.
So what time?
11.
You know?
Just the other day. Where's your accent? Oh my goodness. It's
For real?
He's fighting it. He's fighting it.
Fighting what?
Accent.
So you're saying he's code switching currently?
I'm a
Yeah,
professional code switch.
he's code switching
I'm
currently
a
right
professional
now.
code switch.
I said he's fighting it, you know.
Maurice. Maurice, you become far more interesting when it is that you show yourself, man. Maurice! Do you work in corporate?
No.
Have you ever worked in corporate?
Yes.
All right, okay, maybe that's why it is that you've been compromised.
I worked in schools. I think it was more the school system. Yeah, the school system kind of slowed it down, and the whole, "Oh, you sound different to me," like it created a negative stigma. Not for me personally of who I was, but you say something to me, it will lead to a negative situation at that time. So I was like, let me just calm myself, stay calm, and go easy. So minus the negativity and all that harshness, yeah.
But what? When you get angry, does it come out? Are you one of
Oh,
those?
yeah, easy.
Okay, yeah. See.
Do you not know my history? I said I'm claiming to be a chef like that. I'm a chef. I told you, man. I went culinary school in that, man. I went and learned. You get me from Michelin star chefs, different techniques and things I have to cook, French cuisine and shit like that, so I can go work in the kitchen if I wanted to. I've done the hours. I put the time in. I should go back and do other levels.
Get back in the boat. Sorry, I apologize. Sorry. What you say? This is not us. What?
He's one up on me is what he's saying. He said, I've got culinary school.
No, but that don't make me a better cook than anybody, because the things that they're teaching you in there is not necessarily about,
I think for
about
me,
cooking, innit?
something
You know what I
like
mean?
that, I would more learn the fine art of presentation from going something like that.
That's what it was. I used to watch MasterChef all the time and see people doing dope things. And like, no, this is cold. I wish I could do that. I want to learn how to do that. And how am I going to learn how to do that unless I went to learn? You know what I'm trying to say? That. So I had to go and pattern up. And even saying outside of your cultures and stuff like that, I wouldn't even want to experiment. If I would need someone from there to come in the kitchen with me and show me what I got. Like you say, like whatever traditional Trini dishes you've got, I could read them and try and pattern them up. But to me, unless one you Trini man come shoulder to shoulder and say, yo, this is what you do, this is how it's done, this is the proper way, I wouldn't rate my thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so, yeah. But he's no cap, man. I'm a chef.
So do you make some Ghanaian dishes as well?
Never.
Jollof.
Jollof is easy. The Ghanaian dishes, I am on a path to learning them.
Okay.
Yeah, so next few months, few years, I'll definitely be a specialist.
Are they appealing to you though?
Yeah.
Thank you very
Food
much
is
for the
food,
answer.
man.
I was just
Food is-
checking.
Is what appealing to you?
Some of the Ghanaian dishes. I don't know. You used to be having conversations about all types of African food on there, and you sort of go on Google Images, show me that shit.
See, but that's it. You don't get that
You're rude,
presentation, the Michelin presentation
Yeah,
for
exactly, that's
authentic food. Caribbean food isn't presented that way. So a lot of the dishes we will have, like a callaloo soup or something, which is heavy in okra. It's the same sort of thing, same sort of texture, same taste, but presentation-wise, it doesn't offer the presentation that suits the Instagram.
Yeah, no, I hear that. It's a lot of them wet stuff, and you just know there's just trouble in there. You can tell, man. Like, but I'm just saying.
No,
I
don't
was
be
just
rude.
asking. What?
Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
What's your favourite Nigerian dish?
It has to be jollof or
Oh yeah, you done this.
yeah, we've done this one. Next. We're not. You know what I mean, that's about as much as they're getting from me. Still,
All right, let's get back to the book, right? How long did it take you to actually like write it and everything, and then do the animation and like did you get assistance with that and yeah?
Right, so animation-wise, writing it was the easy part.
Cool.
So, because as I said, it started literally just as a simple story for me and my child. It was no specifics. And then it was like, right, let's just combine it, compress it, and be selective about what I'm using for it. Once I did that, it was then, okay, how do I animate it? Let me find an animator. Search, spoke to a couple of people, got recommended, freelance on Fiverr. Searched it, look into them, back and forth with them, months. And then it was like, all right, cool. I like you. I like what you can do. Do this for me. Okay, no problem. Within 3 months, they flipped it. It was back to me. So it was from conception to animation, I'd say 6 to 9 months it took me. And then after that, because of the age range I'm targeting with the book, I'm targeting newborn to 5-year-olds.
Okay.
So I was like, I need a board book because I want the quality of the book
Yeah, you
to
have to
be
last, innit?
to sustainable. So I don't want the children to chew on it and it rips in 2 days or something. I want something that you, as a parent, you can be like, yeah, this book is sturdy. Like, child, go sit there and read the book.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're gonna dribble on it. All you're gonna do is wipe it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I went for board book. But to source that locally, the expense was way too high.
Okay.
So delved into the research again, back and forth, trying to find a printer. Ended up in China. So the books are printed in China, shipped here. That took another 3 months.
What like because you know the whole did you look into like drop shipping and all that type of stuff?
I thought about it, never fully finalized the research into that element of
Okay,
it.
cool. So basically like you've just got loads of these books at home or something.
Yeah.
Or okay, cool. Because I saw you at well I didn't see you like in person. I saw on your Instagram you was at like a I don't know if it was something similar to Black Farmers Market. And basically, like, you had like a stall or something like that.
Yep.
How frequent are you doing that?
I am aiming for 8 a month. Currently
Okay.
do about 4 to 5 a month.
Okay.
So I'm technically on tour at the moment. Since I launched the book, I had a concept and an idea of what I wanted to do. And I was like, right, let me order this many. Got the books, and then I was like, okay, I've got the stuff, I've got the stock, but what am I going to do with it? How am I going to market it? How am I going to publish it? My network know about it, but how do I then branch out to everyone else's network?
Exactly, yeah.
Reached out to a couple of people, and it's like, try market stalls. They do black fairs, they do craft fairs, all that kind of stuff. So, right, started looking into them, started applying, started getting them. Like London, Bristol, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds.
All over like that.
Yeah, basically, I'm on tour with the book. So
That's it.
any opportunity I get to take the book somewhere, I'll take it there.
Okay. So what did you look into Black Farmers Market?
I haven't applied to that one yet because I feel the concept of it was more for farmers.
Okay,
So I
okay,
left
yeah,
that as
yeah.
that one.
Okay, cool.
Same
Because
name, probably.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So I thought that would have been more of a, they were looking
I
for.
don't know why Miles said it, is what I'm saying. I don't know why Miles said it.
No. The reason why is because obviously when we went there.
We had a stall and we bought a couple books from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah, see?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, anyway. They got one on what, the 8th? I don't know if they've got everything sorted already, like allocated or whatever. But maybe you should
I'll reach
look
out.
into that, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, in Brixton. Do you feel the need to make a when does mummy love you?
No.
Okay. Why is
Say
that?
that again.
Mothers are heavily represented in everything.
Yeah.
Down to the clothing, the merchandise, anything you want, you can find that represents a mother and the interaction they have with their child throughout a day, throughout the child's life. For a father, it's more of a, let's go searching for it. Let's delve. We have to go to the back of the clothing rack to find that one T-shirt that says, "Oh, I love Daddy." Like, find a book where a father is represented this heavily as a main character. You're not finding that many.
Yeah.
So this is my target audience because I want fathers to take that time. Something you can relate to makes you want to spend time doing it. So as fathers can relate to this book, they will want to spend time reading to their children. Like giving them early onset of reading, giving them knowledge, for that's bonding between the father and the child. So all of that stuff is why I feel very strong on let's push this.
Yeah, yeah. So will all the basically all the concepts outside of because I know you said you wanted to go into like a cooking book as well, but basically anything kind of pertaining to a children's book, you want to keep it dad's.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me, man. Makes sense to me.
Why is it important for you that this father is depicted still at home?
Sorry?
Manuel. No, it's
Oh.
not to you. To Manuel. To you, does it fill you with any type of joy
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
as a father
Yeah,
who's
of course.
present
Yeah,
and still
100%.
home?
Yeah.
How about you, Mags?
What's the question? Sorry.
Does that book fill you with inspiration?
I like that I'm represented, and I want to take this and read it to my son this weekend. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's necessary, and it's good to see yourself in books, like you're saying, whether it be just the mothers or if it just be like white people and stuff like that. We're not like heavily represented in these places. So yeah, something like this is necessary. You get me? You got to keep fighting a good fight because we definitely need it. And again, honestly, the second I looked at it and I saw it, I was like, oh, I'll read this to my son this weekend.
And it's so weird because I don't have children in it, but I pictured myself if I did have children. I've gone to a bookstore, I've gone on Amazon, I'll be looking for books that in my head I don't normally see, which is pictures of me and my child on the cover. So as now, this wouldn't appeal to me because, again, why am I going to buy the book?
There are people that buy it in hindsight. People have bought the book and be like, this book is great. I'm going to put it in a time capsule. So to my knowledge, it's in about 4 different time capsules up and down the country so far. And people are just literally buying it because it's great gifting. There's always a child coming.
That's true.
Yeah, it's your nephews, your nieces, your uncles. Like, there's always a child coming.
They are
Like,
good gifts for books. Are good gifts for kids, people. You get me? It helps spread knowledge. I got a decent book. What's it called? It's full of little black kids. It's about famous black people in history.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, and it's got all of them. It'll give you like stories about them, what they've done and stuff like that. And it's just filled with just black people. You get me? Like done like looks like little kids, little characters, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just always good to have to see yourself in the books. You get me? You'll be looking for, like I said, if you had a kid, you would be looking for books that represent you, so your kid could look at it and see themselves in it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dope, man.
So how are you basically pushing it in terms of, I know you say you're basically on tour and stuff, right? But in terms of shops, like getting on Amazon and stuff, was that something that you cared about, or you kind of want everyone directed to your website?
So initially, the first thought was put it on Amazon. Life will be easy. It sells itself. It's not that simple.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon, but then when I did put it on Amazon, I found that the traction to it wasn't what I wanted it to be. The traction always went through my website. So Amazon then turned into becoming an expense for me. So I've now delisted it.
Okay.
So now everything goes through my website.
Okay, cool. And what's your website?
Maurice.author.com.
Is that on the screen, Brent? Yes.
I'm going to pin it now.
Maurice the author.
It's on the screen, but I'm going to pin it.
Yes. Oh, all right, cool. Because one of the links was mauricetheauthor.sumup.
Yeah, so that's it takes you straight to the checkout.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay,
but
cool.
the website URL. So I'm rebuilding the website, which takes, when it's finished, it will be the full website. But right now, the URL takes you straight to the checkout.
Okay.
As your child How many children are you got?
One.
All right. As your child grows, is the level of
Yes.
what's it called?
Yeah. The reading level,
Reading
reading
level.
ability.
Is it going to go?
Yes.
And are you going to
Yes.
basically keep penning that?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's what I'll be tied to you as my author as it is my child grows.
Yeah.
Because I know they would want to be just consuming books. So
Yeah,
you
that's
need
it.
to
Because
be-
she's
but-
consumed this one. She knows this one. She loved this one.
Yeah.
But she's now at an age where
She's advanced. Yeah,
I
she's
need to
advanced.
give her
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that's at the
Yeah.
next level. So that's why it grows.
Yeah,
it grows.
That'll be great. And then it moves into fiction, and then you start talking about aliens and stuff.
Or we go into the kitchen and she cooks with daddy.
The girl goes to the kitchen, does what?
Cooks. She
Don't
knows
let,
to
don't
cook
let them
dishes.
come for you.
Hey, my child. Yeah. I never
thought I had a
said
clip of a
girl. I
woman
never
there.
said women. I said my child. Let's clarify that, please. Thank you. My child. Yeah.
All right. So you're not saying
I
that's where
love
they
it.
belong.
Yeah, I love the fact you're saying you're going to basically pass down the knowledge of
Yes.
yeah, your cooking. to
I'm
her,
in
which
the
is great,
kitchen.
which is great.
I love being in the
This
kitchen.
is it.
As a man.
As a black man, please be specific.
As a Trinidadian black man. Yes.
Love it. Love it.
What was I going to say to you? That threw me off now, man.
Set yourself up. That's what you did.
I'm guessing not only black children want to read this book, right?
Correct. The book is by black, for black. However, the book is for fathers.
Yeah.
As a father of any demographic, the story relates. So I push the book as a book simply for fathers. Yes, the characters are black. Yes, I'm a black author. But I want all fathers to read the book because the book relates to all fathers.
What themes are depicted in the book when you say it's for all fathers?
So this story genuinely is the ups and downs of a normal type of day with a child. So they will do something silly. You might be upset with them, but the message is you still love them.
Yeah.
You wake up to them, they give you a cuddle. You appreciate that. You embrace it. You love it. So the message is, yes, you love them when they do it. They do something like box your drink off the table. You're still telling them you love them. Like, yes, it is wrong. Yes, you've done something wrong. But the message is that, all right, no matter what you do in your life, I'm your father, you're loved, and I'm always there for you.
Yeah.
Why is it important to have that being put out there for fathers to now get for their children?
Society is hard. Life is hard. We've been through enough struggle ourselves. And I feel like the next generation need to know and understand that they are loved and everything that they go through, their parents can relate to and associate with them.
Did you go through the experience in which it is that you're depicting in that book with your parents?
No. So I grew up in Trinidad with my mom's family. My dad at the time was in Canada before he moved here. And then I moved here in 2011 with my dad. So I've had two separate upbringings. So I didn't have this early interaction with my dad. I've had the latest onset stage, but the early interaction was purely my mum. My mum is why I cook so good. My mum is why I probably articulate myself the way I do. But then my dad, he taught me the hardships of life, working, consistency, resilience, all that kind of stuff. So there was the balance. Well, a tipped scale balance, but then a degree of balance.
Sorry, I'm just taking a timestamp. So, without prying into your upbringing, were there any traumas that you lived through with your parents that, in rearing your child, you don't want to basically, or you want to prevent her from experiencing? Would you cuddle her? Would you? What's the word? Would you cushion her?
Overprotect.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, 100% you protect her. But would you?
No. So I have no intention of cushioning my child or shielding her
That's the word.
from
That's nice.
life.
Yeah.
I want her to experience things. I've experienced a lot. I've had it. I want her to experience it. I want her to have that bravado to walk into a room and be like, why are you looking at me funny? Without feeling uncomfortable.
Why is that important for your child?
Because she's powerful. Like, she doesn't know what she's capable of yet. And when she gets to that stage where she needs that reinforcement and reinstillment, let it happen. Let her feel confident enough to accept reality and deal with it.
And would this ever bleed into editions of your books as it is that she grows older? Is that how you'll be able to communicate it? Or you obviously have been talking to her left, right, and center, but now immortalizing it in between like pages and whatnot. Would that inform your writing?
I feel lived experiences more inform the writing and target the direction of which the books go. Her experience, I want it to be more authentic, so I try my best to keep her removed from the marketing element of this. So I do a lot of the marketing myself. Rarely, on rare occasions, I'll have her with me, but I'm not trying to have her around it that much because I want her to be her.
Yeah.
Yes, this is inspired by her. Yes, it's dedicated to her.
Yeah.
But this is the life I chose.
Yeah.
This is the path I chose. So I'm the one that's pushing this. And I want her to then stand alone and be like, yeah, my dad's great. My dad did this for me, but I'm doing this.
Yeah. The man before being married, was it completely different than the man you are now?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Say a bit more unstructured. Life was more free, for frivolous, for living. Like, any opportunity, I was at it. Now it's more of a, let's take the time, focus, consider what conquest needs to happen.
So you weren't perfect before you got married?
I'm not
perfect in the sense.
I'm not perfect.
Perfect in the sense. Perfect in the sense, because obviously how you come across, it's like you wouldn't put a step wrong in a mad way, right? You seem level-headed. That's how you're coming across. You seem that you consider your everybody's thoughts and opinions without looking to be brute force-ish. But is this something you've learned in the confines of a marriage? Have you had to basically relearn things? Not relearn things. To change the way you saw relationships in order to make this particular relationship fruitful?
Communication has to be my biggest change. My ability to communicate effectively needs to be my biggest change, because as much as I communicate, a lot of the times it's very direct and closed to a yes-no situation where there needs to be room for a bit more.
All right, now I'm getting into it.
Space.
Lovely. All right, cool. Let's dig a little bit deeper, right? Have you been to therapy?
Yes.
Why?
Reached a point in my life where I felt like it was a requirement.
Is this before marriage or after?
Before.
What drove you to therapy? Don't say it because you felt you needed it. How did you feel you needed it? Why did you feel you needed it? What happened?
What? So the network that I surround myself with, they were like, dude, you are taking on too much. You are not dealing with life well. We phoned these people for you. When they call you, answer the phone and accept that conversation. And that's what instigated it.
Really had to force you to do
that-
that.
It was never going to happen off my own back. It was not going to happen off my own back.
Sounds like Emmanuel. It's intervention.
Yeah.
And then you found worth in it.
Yes.
Was it very difficult right from the very beginning? Because you came in obviously by force in it, but you still had to be open enough to basically say,
I was
"I'll
open
stay."
enough because by the time I got there, I understood that I was there for a reason and this person is there to do their job. So I wouldn't walk into that room to be closed. It's like, I've come here to do the interview for you lot. I'm not here and I'm just like, I'm not timid with the conversation.
Yeah.
So I had to walk into that room and I had to speak. So they delved into certain situations and scenarios and it was, yeah.
Did you have any problems communicating love in the manner in which it is that you communicated in the book before therapy?
No.
Have you done therapy, Brett?
Ooh. Not officially, no.
What do you mean?
Not by like a therapist basically sitting down with me and then.
But you had conversations that you felt some catharticism with. And
In my head, I think life is therapy.
would you do it?
Let me push it back on that.
Would you do it?
I'm the type of guy I would love to basically do it. In my head, I'm always looking for ways to debunk things. Even though you think I'm open to everything, I stress test everything, right? I do feel that at some point in time, I have gained things that other people have gained in therapy, in life. Do you understand? But I would like to basically sit down and reason with somebody and for them to add to me. I wouldn't go out to pay for it because I don't think I need it. Do you understand?
So
And I think it's probably wild.
you want a
saying I don't think I
therapist
need it.
brethren that you can just that you can just reason with.
But what's wrong with that? What's
No,
wrong with
hey.
that?
I hear
Right?
you.
I do think that everybody needs some form of communication with someone else who is pushing and probing, right? Or taking the mirror and doing that, right? I do believe that that's necessary for growth, right? But I do believe I get that and I open myself up to that in any single conversation I have with people who would test me. Do you understand? So I'm not opposed to therapy. I don't think I need therapy.
You sound like me. You sound very much like how I was when I didn't need therapy. I recommend you get it.
I hear you. Have you always been self-aware?
Yes.
And the one thing that you gleaned from therapy was communicate better.
Yeah.
I can agree that I can communicate better without needing to go to therapy. I always look to basically tinker and tweak my communication styles based on different people I talk to in order to communicate better. Because if it is you're not understanding me, if it is that you're not...
Because you're so self-aware and you're so intelligent, yeah, that's what the issue is. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you think, not like to say you think you know it all, but
Because I don't.
Of course you don't. But you understand. If you're self-aware, you don't. If you're self-aware, you understand what your problems are. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And what your shortfalls are, whatever. But that's just what you perceive them to be. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You need someone to come from outside in, from different, someone that you can have that discourse with about yourself. That's got a different, maybe a professional point of view. Someone whose expertise are in this to be able to debunk some of the things that you think about yourself.
One thing that I have gleaned without even needing to go to therapy is that I don't like to basically rely on people, right? I don't allow people to do things for me, right? And I'm aware of that. I don't need a therapist to tell me that. I know I'm aware of that.
It's not about telling you that because you're aware of it. It's about addressing it and dealing with it.
Why are you self-aware? You say you're self-aware. You need to understand the reasons to why you've become self-aware, self-reliant. You don't like people doing things for you. You're self-aware, so you analyze your situations, you analyze what you're dealing with, you like doing everything yourself. There's a reason behind that. There's a trigger or trauma that created that situation. And those are the things I went through in therapy. Them were the kind of conversations I had. So you then understand a bit more of yourself and what it is. You've re-related to a situation that you've gone through. So something that you might have thought had no bearing on your fact that you're now very much self-aware and having to understand and articulate things a certain way, therapy helps you understand that you're doing that based on what you've experienced.
Identify my triggers.
Yeah.
I know what my triggers are. This is what I'm saying. I'm acutely self-aware.
And you know why they trigger you?
Yes. Well, I can't. When you say no, why? Because you're then saying it's from childhood, right?
It could be
It's
anything.
still a trigger from childhood. No?
Yeah, but do you know why?
Yes.
So you know everything.
No, I'm not saying
You don't
I
need
do.
therapy.
I'm not
You've
saying I
got
do
this.
because there's still experiences that I haven't gone into to know this annoys me. Do you understand? So I'm not aware of the things I have not explored yet. Right? Yes? So until that time comes, why? What for? I'm not against therapy. And I said that I believe that there are certain mechanisms that have been put through in normal life with people who I would dare see as they're even smarter than that therapist that has tested me and posed questions to me.
But you're on a quest for knowledge, right? You believe knowledge is power, innit?
Yes.
You always want to learn, innit?
Yes.
So why would you be scared to learn yourself and know yourself?
What am I saying to you that makes you believe I'm afraid to know myself?
because someone could debunk. Or you feel like you got it already. You feel like you know already. I know my triggers. I know my things. I know my that, and you know the reason why. Whatever. Then when you sit down with someone, someone might
fiddle when I was a young boy.
no, but someone
Jiggle
might.
whining, sorry.
No, but someone might can show you everything that you thought about yourself and what you know about yourself and whatnot was wrong.
I put my hand up 100%. And
Yeah, so, and because you're someone that's a knowledgeable person and you got a thirst for knowledge and you always want to know, why is it something that you won't delve into when it's yourself?
I don't mind sitting down across from Ngozi and having her stress test me. But in my head, like I said, you're not going to have to be hit against a barrier with me. I'm completely open. Do you understand? I'm not going to put up any defenses when she's basically trying to dig. I will let you dig. I'll even let a man dig.
Why not?
That sounds crazy.
I don't.
Sounds crazy.
You're not going to get any friction from me.
Wow.
I will entertain.
You just keep going.
I will entertain.
Too early for this one.
I thought we were all adults here.
We are. Go
All
on.
right, we'll go. I will entertain everything because I would even see it as it's a nice little challenge. Let's see where we're going. Let's see if it is that you can add to me. I would go in open. I wouldn't go in closed. I wouldn't. And said I'm an advocate for therapy for those who aren't open as me. Do you understand? And I'm not saying I don't need tinkering, but I believe I get tinkering in normal conversation. Just imagine if I had brethren who were therapists. Do you understand? And the same way I'll be reasoning with you, I'll be reasoning with Emmanuel. The same way they'll be reasoning with me, and I'll be let me add that to my dogma. Do you understand? I am like that.
I'm with you.
I'm on all your sides. Or everyone who's gone to therapy, I'm on your side.
I ain't been to therapy. So.
And do you think you need therapy?
Probably, of course.
Okay. There was a time when, as you said, you didn't.
I don't need it like that. I don't need it. I'll be fine. I'm not going to get therapy till I'm like 70, 80.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to do my thing and then...
What?
And then
Aye,
when I
move
get
on,
old,
man.
before
Move on, man.
the end, I'll just offload.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when I say I don't need it, it's because I'm straight.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? I've got broad shoulders. You know what I'm
Where
trying to
you
say?
gonna
Like,
go when you're 70?
yeah, because obviously I need to clear out the hard drive. I need to.
That
you
sounds
get what
more
At
like you need to go for a
70.
confession.
Huh?
That sounded more like you gotta go for confession.
Yeah. You gotta see the priest. You
Same
know,
same kind of thing, man. It's the same.
It's
It's the same kind of thing. You get me?
So you gotta see the priest.
Yeah, I'll go on like 70, 80. I'll go. Until then, I'll just because I got work to do. I got things to do. So
You think it will impede the progress? You feel?
I don't know, but the setup that I've got now, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's manageable. I'm self-aware enough to know that. You get what I'm trying to say? Whatever. But I'm saying that the way I deal with whatever I'm dealing with and the way I'm going on, I feel like it's manageable. It's not impeding me. You get me? I can still thrive and achieve and grow with how I am.
It's not affecting how easy you communicate with people.
All these kind of things. So when I say I don't need it, it's like I it's not something that's imminent that this is fucking with me and I need to go boom, boom, boom. So, but I feel like with therapy could be good for everybody. But I've been through enough shit in my life to know that I definitely need therapy. Like the way I am are clearly because of things I've been through. I've never looked into it, never delved into it. So yeah, I would definitely think. But like I said, I don't need to go now because I'm calm. I'm gonna go a little later. Still got more things to do and go through.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I might as well build it all up and then.
Yeah. Therapy affects your morals and ethics, right? Does it tweak that?
I don't believe it did with me.
I hear you, but do you think it should? Do you think, because you may not have needed that being tweaked, as you said, it was a communication thing for you, but in my head, if you went to therapy, right, and you went to therapy, that story that Taser told might never happen again.
Doubt it. I highly doubt it.
It may help to approach the same situation better.
Maybe. Because I am who I am at the end
And
of the day.
not knock the door
No,
and go in.
Wait. How long ago was that story again?
Just the other day.
No. How long ago? Taser told it the other day, but it wasn't just the other day. That was
You only
in
went to Mexico, right?
Yeah, that's just how he is. I'm just thinking about something that comes to mind.
Just recently.
Yeah, recently. That's what I'm saying. So, and obviously, Mexico was what, nearly 2 years ago. Yeah. So when men's talking about knocking doors and all that, so that's hardwired in his system. Clearly, what we're talking about.
Too far gone, you say?
Yeah, by the time he gets to 70, there's no point. You might need like a whole row of therapists in there, like not just like one, like 5 of them or 6.
That makes sense to me though. Going to therapy at a certain point, you get me? Like, I've spoken to people who do therapy and stuff like that, and the way, like, I don't want to unpack. I don't want to unpack nothing. If that makes sense. Not right now. It don't make sense. You can change your path. No, because people go.
It'd be too overwhelming.
Not necessarily, but I'm cool with the path and the journey that I'm on. I don't want to deviate from it. I don't want to have some realization about whatever it may be and it change my trajectory or my
willfully
path.
ignorant.
There we go. I'm fine with where I'm going at the moment. I'm
If
kind
it's
of
not broke, don't fix it.
kind of thing.
That's
His
what.
pop down. He said he likes the brokenness.
He likes the lived experience that comes from it.
Yeah. So I don't want to change. Yeah. You
Same with you, man.
Say again?
Same with you?
Similar, man. I'm not in a rush, to be fair.
So you do feel as though you need therapy, but not now?
I'll be honest with you. I feel like, firstly, let me pick up someone called Marina, She sent me something. There's a therapist one time. There's one Instagram post that I put up and she commented on it, right? And basically was like, oh, she really likes this person, But I obviously somewhat disagreed with what the therapist was saying, innit? So anyway, long story short, I listened to one of the podcast episode from this particular person. And for one of the first times ever, I thought, wow, this person has said something insightful in that kind of therapy counseling session that's made me think, wow, like this could be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so relatable, you know what I'm saying? So when I think back to that, it makes me feel like, yeah, there's definitely certain things that if I was to sit down with a professional who knows what they're talking about, they'll be able to uncover certain things and you know, basically help me to arrive at, I don't know, it's a certain place in my mind to understand why I behave the way I behave. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
It sounds, Maurice, as though you value having an optimal mind, right? A sharp, fine-tuned, well-oiled cranium, right? If it is that you were aware that there's a process that you can go through that could take that to another level, knowing how much it is that you value your brain, would you submit yourself to that? When you find out it's a possibility, not 70 years down the line.
I'm perplexed. It depends on what I want from it. If I feel like I need it, actually no. Take therapy. I at no point felt I needed therapy.
This is it.
I got there by force. Life was, for the better part of the word, grey for me at that point, and that's why I ended up there. So I took from that what I needed at the time, but what I got from it wasn't anything that changed my life.
Yeah.
It was more of the self-awareness of having an open conversation on stuff that I've been ruminating on, things that have been wrapping around my mind for months and years and years and years. Like daily thoughts and things, processes in my head that we were going through. And it's just that as I was vocalizing it to the therapist, it's like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, I'm fine now. Like, it was just the self-acknowledgement of it. So the fact that I vocalized it made it much more easier for me.
Can you all remember a time when we all thought therapy was a sign of weakness? Emmanuel, Margs, Rich.
I get what you're saying.
2017 backwards.
That's always been the narrative spun on it, innit? It's always had them kind of connotations towards it. Like, not even necessarily weakness, but
It's the stigma. It's still
it's a stigma. It's like if you're going therapy, is it because you're mad? Kind of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's moved from that, though.
It has. It's
That's why I
moved.
said weakness, because madness is a different level.
Yeah, but no, but I don't know. I've never looked at people and thought people doing therapy are weak, if that makes sense. I always thought if you're doing therapy, it's because trouble in there in some way, shape or form. Obviously, it could present in all different ways, but if you're going therapy, it's because you've got problems up here.
Really? Is that the same with you, Emmanuel?
That's the kind of way I've always saw it.
But it may not be like you're a madman, though.
Yeah,
But
maybe
like
not to say like you're a madman, but something, innit? Because if you need to, you know what I'm trying to say, that you're just there's something going on up there. You got something. That's how I would have perceived it. I feel like
it wouldn't necessarily be for those who function optimally, like maybe not optimally, but like
but I can see that.
Exactly.
Like if you're functioning optimal function, you don't need that. So there's something there that you need to tweak or need to work on. That was always my thing. You know what I'm trying to say? That, and my thing is I've always been strong enough and sharp enough that I don't need that.
So, whenever you heard the term therapy, in relation to you, you opposed it because you were thinking, "Nah, I'm not a madman."
Kind of thing. My first time therapy got brought up to me was when my brother died, and that, innit? Sort of like bereavement counselling and shit like that. And I was just like, "I'll get my brother's dead. I get he ain't coming back. I ain't gonna go and string up. I ain't gonna go and walk around the streets with no shoes on or do anything. I'm gonna go and live my life. I'm gonna get on with it. I'm straight. So whatever conversation we're gonna have, I don't understand what you are gonna tell me. I don't understand what we're gonna do because I'm not at risk of anything. Like I'm not gonna go mad. You know what I'm trying to say? So what are we doing here? I don't need to have the conversation about what do we have. I understand what death is. I get it's fine. I get he's not coming back. I get it. I understand. I get you have to bereave. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say? And you have to everybody mourns in their own way and stuff like that, and I need to go through that process. I understand that, but what conversation are we going to have about this that's going to change anything about what I know?
I guess we should change the term mad, because I would then follow on to ask you: do you feel that depression is a form of madness? So let's change that, because
okay, cool.
If we say instead or fixate on it's the mind is, and it's not just the mind because it affects everything, right? It's not performing at its most optimal rate or level. Instead of using madness, right? So, for you, it was a form of dealing with the grief. And you are saying, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've experienced this before.
But at that time, I hadn't.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, I hadn't really experienced stuff like that before. But I was just like, yeah, I'm straight. I don't understand what these conversations, they're not going to unearth anything. The way you are thinking that, the things that you might be worried about, the stuff that I need to bring up and get off my chest and all that, I'm saying, I don't feel like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I don't know what you're worried about or whatever. Like, he's gone. It hurts.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Here we are. You get what I'm trying to say?
I hear you. Emmanuel, if you can remember any of the themes that you heard in the podcast, because I'm really interested that something was sent to you and it changed your mind or made you reflect or think that, okay. Do you remember what it was?
Not really.
What was the concept or theme that it was touched on?
It was basically some couples thing, innit? And basically they just related the guy. Well, she was chatting to the man and basically saying the way you behave, like, is somewhat related to, somewhat like your relationship with your mum and how that interaction is, you know what I'm saying? And how that's kind of translated into, you know what I mean? Like other stuff, basically. I'll have to listen to it again to get more details.
Can you send this to me? Because this is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I might not be able to find it.
You don't want to find it. Can you imagine? This is so interesting to me. Yeah, I told you I'm very curious. I like to basically challenge my mind, and I like my mind to be sharpened. So 100%, if somebody sends me a message saying I'm a therapist, or I've got a brethren who you need to sit down and talk to, because one session with them you will come out, then I would say, is that there? All right. Because I just want to see what's on the other side. Do you understand? You're talking about it in a manner. You've mentioned it. Emmanuel's changed. So I would like the opportunity to expose myself to this particular thing and see what happens on the other end. 100%.
Yeah, I think I would, but I don't need to. I don't want to do it yet. I don't think I need to do it yet. You get me? I know that might sound stupid to some people, but in my mind, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you mean. Because I feel like with certain things, it would then require you to change, man.
Oh, you don't want to do that?
No, because some things you don't want to. Because it's not necessarily that you don't want to change, like in the general sense of not wanting to change, but the effort that goes into having to do that next thing, and maybe it challenging everything in your life, and maybe you believing that you're meant to be on this particular path, and then now being required to then change it. If for example, I can relate it to like a story in the Bible, it's kind of like where Abraham prayed to God, right? He got his child. This is like late in his 90s, right? Or 100 years old. He's now got his son Isaac, believing God's answered his prayers now about being a father of many nations, this, that, and the third, right? And then God now asking you to go and kill your son. Therapy could be like that. It's like, so wait a minute, what was this child for? What was, you know what I mean? Like, it now challenges everything I have to do after. I'm not saying it because I see your face. It's not that the therapist obviously will say something like, go harm your child. But basically, I'm saying that in the sense of Abraham believed one day he would be the father of nations, and it would be through Isaac. Then all of a sudden you're telling me to kill Isaac? It was my belief that I was going to be the father of nations wrong? It's my belief that these particular things in life that I'm meant to do, was I wrong about all of this? And I'm 50 years old now? Have I wasted 50 years? Like, there's certain realizations that you may be asked to face. You know what I'm saying? And people are not necessarily ready for that. So I'm not necessarily just saying the extreme like that, like where it's kind of like you're scared. But it's just more so like the effort required to now change it. Because now you're intelligent enough to say, I can't continue to live like this because this isn't the best thing based on what I've now learned from this therapist. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but even though the comparison is wild,
Yeah.
I will take your comparison and I will still charge you with, if what you've now been presented is better, isn't that what you should want?
100%. But do you always know that it's better? Because remember, it may have taken you 50 years to form this opinion, and it's now taken 6 sessions for somebody to change it. You now have to go away and wrestle with the idea that, is this actually the best thing for me?
So
I've heard
is
it
it
different.
that you're afraid of the possibility of change?
It's not that. It's more so, is it a convenient time to change?
Ignorance is bliss, man.
Yeah, it could be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not necessarily saying that's the case with me, but I can understand it from the entire, from all bases why people would be like hesitant to go and see a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Because again, even if you're not required to change, you're now challenged with, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like someone telling me, this may not be the best example, right? But someone's telling me, you know what? All your views about being pro-black, this, that, and the third, really, what really is the point? We all came from the same place, all homo sapiens, this, that, and the third. Your identity changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you now have to question all the things that made you you and where you're going forward. And now asking yourself, what are the other possible reasons for why it is that people that look at me are being subjugated, if it's not to do with this? It's a completely different thing for you now. And you could potentially waste the next few years dealing with that because it's false. And you're paying for it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
I think I'm happy functioning at the level that I'm at. And if at any point the doubt starts creeping in, or I think to myself, I can't do this, then I'll go and get help. You get me? That's how I think. Maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. And maybe it is being scared of changeover. I'm happy where I'm at and who I am and whatever. With everything I've been through, whatever, I'm happy in the place that I'm at, and I'm gonna stay here for a bit. You know what I'm trying to say? That's all it is.
I think with how I am, the group of men in this room and where you guys are with what we've been talking about, I'll be happy to have you guys as my core. right? I think I would have enough blend of skepticism. Yeah, complete optimism.
Ah, cool. No.
Stoicism. You're quite measured, to be honest. I don't think I would have a problem bouncing things off you, to be honest. Same with Emmanuel, to be honest. Same with you, same with all of you all. But I think I'll be happy, and I think I wouldn't need to be like, let me run to this annex if it is I had you guys as my core. Do you understand? I think I would have enough in this room to reason something out with, but I wouldn't be afraid to basically bear it with you all. Do you understand? And in doing that, like I said, I wouldn't need to go to the flipping therapist.
It's true because I've got friends, I've got people that I have very honest conversations with. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've got no problem telling people how I'm feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's if I'm high, if I'm on the floor. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've got I've got not a lot, but there's a few people that I trust enough to be able to talk to. If I'm not feeling good.
See, that's it. I fully understand that. So was the point with my circle. We are so close that I went to them with everything I was dealing with. But then for them to put me in a path of therapy was because it was, you're dealing with so much, you're offloading it onto us, but we can't offer the directional help that you need. So I understand what you're saying with, it's a case of you don't need it. So when you don't need it, you don't need it. That's fact, that you don't need it. But it's very much when you get to that point where it becomes too much for your network, get help.
And that's what I was saying. For me personally, I feel like if I ever get to a point where I feel like there's a problem or this is too much or whatever, then I'll definitely would explore it. You get what I'm trying to say? But I do have a core of people like my family and stuff, friends. I feel like you need to be able to talk and to be able to be honest. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and sometimes and not lie to yourself. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and tell other people how you actually feel and be raw. It actually is therapeutic. Like, it actually does help. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you're talking to someone that's sensible and intelligent, they can give you some kind of something back. You get me? Then that is like therapy in its way or whatever. But I could, again, there's nothing wrong with always like self-improvement and thinking yourself like that. But when I say it, I don't take it lightly. Like, I need it, but I don't need it. If that makes sense. I do know that it would help in the long run. It would benefit. There's things to look at and but I'm saying for me to function as a human being, to function at optimal level and whatnot, I don't need that. Like, I'm cool. If anybody knows me knows I'm cool. I'm strong enough. Like, I'm straight. Like, and I don't think that's just bravado or chatting shit. I've had enough experiences. I would have been mad a long time ago if I wasn't. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I would have broke down ages ago if I wasn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I don't know if people might think, oh, it's a ticking time bomb or whatever, but I mean, I think I'm straight. I think I can't lie. Like, I think I'm alright. Like, I think I'm gonna be alright. Like, I'm always gonna be alright at the end of the day, really and truly. I ain't got no choice. You get me? But yeah, maybe one. Like I said, I'll do it later. I don't feel like I need to do it now. I could do it later. I could do it, all right, not 70, 50. 50 I'll go.
Can I ask you, how many sessions did you have?
12.
12. All right, cool. And after that, you was like, cool. I'm straight.
Yeah, but it was like, so anytime every session I went to, we delved into something else, so a different element of me, and it was I've now associated what that feeling or that emotion was reflective on, and I'm fine now. Go back the week after, and it's like, oh, so how are you? I'm good. Okay, but tell me about this. Told him about it, and it's like, yeah, okay, nothing there. So it wasn't every session make me have a association something. So for me, it was more of I'm able to associate things. Once I've had the thought processes and I put the association to it, you've given it a title, it makes sense. So you understand what I'm then dealing with. Like, the biggest one for me was ruminating. Before I understood what ruminating was, I was doing it constantly. But now that I know it, I know when I'm doing it, I catch myself and I'm like, dude, you're worrying of a situation that's gone. You have no control over this thing. Just let it go. Like, I could catch myself doing it. I could stop myself because it's more of a control thing. I'm more in control of my own self, self-aware that I'm doing it, and it's how now I manage it.
Yeah.
So you say you've done that and you had the sessions and you've learned what you've learned from it and you're cool. Is it not a thing where, because some people want to do it every week and it's not because of they've got stuff that they can't get past or get through. It's because of that kind of
Yeah, just
release. Like, so every week will keep me at a level in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no build up of nothing. Like, every week I'll go, I'll talk to someone and anything that I'm feeling, I'll just say, and that's how I manage it. Would you use it like that? No.
I don't feel like I need to use it like that. I feel like my life is a place of I'm content and I'm good at doing me and getting by. The same way you said you're strong, you're able, capable of getting through life. I'm one of them kind of people. I get on with life, I get through it. There's a problem, all right, cool, let me think on it, I'll deal with it. There's the solution, very solution-based. So I get through it and I keep pushing. I'm not one of those people that need that constant interaction for me to feel level.
Yeah.
Like, some people, they require that. Some people require that because of the circumstances of the life that they live in, and they need to be aware of what they need to change to fix that. So say if you're going to therapy every week because you're unhappy in your job, what do you need to do? Not go therapy every week. You need to change your job.
Yeah.
Like, don't put yourself out. Don't put yourself in a situation where you've just quit and left your job and now you have nothing to do and now you've given yourself more stress. Find a alternative reason or purpose.
Yeah. True indeed. Again, this is that heavy burden some people are scared of carrying after they leave that session.
Yeah.
What do I do next? You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I love the fact that I can look forward to you pouring into these books as it is your child grows older. All of this knowledge that you are basically imparting right now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%, man. Again, guys, I've been reading through the book and I'm very impressed. When Daddy Loves You, Maurice the author. Check it out. MauriceTheAuthor.com.
Yes.
Right? What's your Instagram, though?
At Maurice the author.
At Maurice the author. Support, guys. Again, we've been talking about the importance of entrepreneurship, especially for black people. You know what I'm saying? Representation is here for black families, present fathers, everything that you need, man. So please support. Yeah, man. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a great conversation. I appreciate it.
Well, before you go, we've got things that we do with all our guests. Two quick questions or quick things. One, the first thing is, can you share something with us that nobody knows about you? It doesn't have to be deep or whatever. It could be something trivial or whatever, but just give us something that nobody knows or not many people know. And the second will be like a life lesson that you can share with the people for something that you've been taught or what you've been through, whatever. Some words of advice or something like this.
Something somebody doesn't know. In 2016, I contemplated moving back to Trinidad for good.
That would have been big to uproot.
Not really that big.
Oh no, you never had a kid then, innit?
No.
Oh yeah.
Because I was still young. It was just out of high school, and it's like, why am I here? What's the purpose? My family here, my life is in Trinidad. I love Trinidad. I love the culture. I love the energy. Why am I really doing it? That was the thought process. But then reality was like, stay in England, man. Do some work.
Had you met your wife by then?
No.
See, that's why I had to stay. No, everything happens for a reason, man. You can't fight fate, man.
That's it, exactly. A life lesson: don't be afraid of the unknown. If you don't know it, look into it, accept it, try it. Take the leap, take the step, write a book, progress yourself.
I like that, man. Don't be afraid of the unknown.
Big facts. All right, man.
All right, then let's move into more headlines.
Meant to be woke a joke, but
Was it?
yeah, but time doesn't permit. So. That was
The
the right
alien thing was well good joke.
All right, so our next headline, trigger warning here. You guys heard about Sara Sharif, right? Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. So basically, her father, stepmother, and uncle have been arrested on suspicion of murder in connection with the death of the 10-year-old girl. In a statement, Surrey Police Detective Superintendent Mark Chapman said 2 men aged 41 and 28 years old and a woman aged 29 were arrested on suspicion of murder after disembarking a flight from Dubai. They are currently in custody and will be interviewed in due course. The three arrived at Gatwick Airport just after 7:30 p.m. on the Emirates flight from Pakistan via Dubai. The girl's father, Irfan Sharif, stepmother, and uncle are believed to have travelled to Pakistan on the 9th of August and were being searched for by the police in the country. Sarah was found dead at her home in Woking in Surrey on the 10th of August after a man identifying himself as her father called 999 from Pakistan. Right, so Mr. Chapman said Sarah's mother had been informed of the arrest. Also said that our thoughts remain with her and I was affected by Sarah's death at this very difficult time. This has been an extremely fast-moving, challenging and complex inquiry, and we remain absolutely committed to conducting a thorough investigation into Sarah's death. We will not be commenting any further at this point, and will provide further updates as and when we're able to. Next headline, this guy is a maniac, right? But basically, something happened in Spain, right, where Spanish police have arrested a man on suspicion of, trigger warning here, guys, on suspicion of sexually assaulting a journalist after he allegedly touched her while she was live on TV. So this woman's minding her business, speaking to the camera, and this guy's come out of nowhere and wanted to just misuse his hands, right? So Isa Bellardo was reporting on a Madrid robbery on Tuesday when he walked up and appeared to touch her bottom, which he denied when she confronted him. Miss Bellardo tried to continue but was interrupted by the program's host. Basically, the person, the host basically said, forgive me for interrupting you, but did he just touch your bottom? So that's what broke up the actual broadcast of it. The reporter confirmed it, and Mr. Abad, who's the guy who stopped the program, told her to put the idiot on camera, to which the shot moves to show both the guy and the man, right, who was still standing with her, smiling and laughing about it, right? The woman then said, as much as you want to ask what channel we are from, do you really have to touch my bottom? I'm doing a live show and I'm working. So obviously the man's didn't deny touching her, and he tried to walk away. And basically, when the police later said that a man has been arrested for allegedly assaulting this reporter. So the guy's in custody, man. And the last headline is basically about the House of Lords and how they blocked the UK's government's plan to relax restrictions on water pollution to encourage house building in England. So Labour led a rebellion in the Lords to defeat the government in a vote on removing the EU-era nutrient neutrality rules. So ministers believe that up to 100,000 new homes could be built by 2030 if water pollution regulations are loosened. But environmental groups are saying that the move would mean that more polluted waters are basically going to exist, right? The government announced plans to scrap these rules through an amendment or a change to the Levelling Up and Regeneration Bill, which is currently going through the House of Lords. Because of the late stage at which the government tried to introduce the change, it cannot try again in the House of Commons now that it's been defeated in the Lords. And ministers would need to bring the proposal forward into a new bill. The defeat is a victory for Labour, whose deputy leader, Angela Rayner, led opposition to the plan in her new role as a shadow Levelling Up secretary. And that's it for deadlines. It's time to pay the bills. And it's also time for the reaction.
Thank you.
Not yet, not now.
You're doing well, Emmanuel.
That's the reaction.
Because I just done it here, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Don't do it.
Nope. No, don't do it.
You know what? I was reading it, I'm thinking, wait there. No way. Was it for the meddling kids?
Can you just say to him, please?
All right, cool. Welcome to the reaction, people. It's going to be short and sweet. Just a few stories here we need to read. These are new, right?
Yeah.
Just to double check before you maybe start reading some old shit. So this first one's on Harry Maguire. It says, England defender says he can deal with Scotland banter. Did you see him getting stressed and ting, Rich? What do you think about it? As he's one of
As
ours.
soon as the goal went in, his face just looked like why me type thing.
Do you think he deserves it?
What the stick?
Yeah, that he gets.
I mean,
In a bit of a witch hunt now.
yeah, it's a little bit of a witch hunt, but it's like it happens, isn't it? So I mean,
It does.
no, but as in that banter between opposition fans and all that happens. That's normal, but obviously it is dragging on now, type thing.
Okay, well, he reckons he's a strong man. So England's Harry Maguire says the reaction from the Scotland fans in Tuesday's friendly at Hampden Park was just a little bit of banter, and he can deal with it. Scottish fans mocked the Manchester United defender, ironically applauding his passes, with Maguire going on to score an own goal in England's 3-1 win. It pretty much takes the pressure away from my teammates and puts it all on myself, Maguire said. It makes them play better for sure. England boss Gareth Southgate condemned the ridiculous treatment of Maguire after the game, saying the criticism a defender has faced is a joke. Maguire was a key part of England teams that reached 2018 World Cup semi-finals and the Euros 2020 final, and was United captain after an 80 million move from Leicester. But a downturn in form has seen the 30-year-old lose his starting place at Old Trafford and the Red Devils captaincy. He remains a regular for England and was only a half-time substitute at Hampden Park because Southgate rotated his team for a friendly. And our last headline here is the average top-flight manager tenure across Europe is less than 16 months.
16?
It's tough out here, man. You're getting sacked for fun, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure that 80% of that is probably Watford. I'm just saying, wouldn't be surprised, bro. Their statistics are crazy over
They've
there.
had the most gaffers in the world, innit?
Bro, they've had like 9 in like 5 years or something stupid.
It's bonkers. At this point, I think they're just that's the model right now. Like
But
any
what-
little Ukums, you're gone.
Yeah, just look at me wrong.
Yeah, you're gone.
No,
Yeah.
but even then, yeah, if it would be different if they were like winning a lot of games and they're getting promotions, but they're not even, they're just
It's
floating.
hard with no consistency. You just keep changing regimes like that.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
But it says the average tenure of a manager across Europe's top divisions last season was less than 16 months, according to a report by the European governing body UEFA. There were 735 top-flight dismissals across Europe in 2022-2023, the second highest on record. The Premier League saw a record 15 changes of permanent managers.
It's wild. How much we're looking at least 5
There's
this
20
this
teams in
season.
the league, but
That's what I'm saying. You're looking at least 5 this season. And that's the average of 10. Like,
well, no. According to the report, of the 1,209 serving top-flight managers across the continent, less than 5% have been in their job 5 or more years. In their in-depth research document, European Club Talent and Competition Landscape, UEFA says the average managerial tenure across 48 European top leagues in 22-23 was 1.3 years, the lowest since 2018. In only 6 countries, including Wales, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, was the average tenure beyond 2 years. The lowest average in the past decade was 1.2 years in 2016, down from 1.4 years in 2013, highlighting the increasingly precarious nature of football management. The season with the most managerial changes was 2021, with 763 managers were sacked, which UEFA says was because of clubs catching up after deferring changes in the COVID pandemic. There was a total of 41 managers in the Premier League last season. Yeah, there was a total of 41 managers in the Premier League last season, with 6 clubs having 3 people in charge for at least one league game. Chelsea and Leeds both had 4. 4 managers in the season.
that's wild. That's no stability whatsoever.
That's why I had to double check when I read that. There's more managers than there's teams in the league.
That's
That's
wild.
crazy. 55% of the Premier League teams making a change is the largest percentage of the big 5 European leagues. France and Spain were close behind with 50, Germany 44, and Italy 35. And yeah, that is the end of our sports news today. Let's get into Done Out Here.
He was smitten.
Who should be?
Right, it's Max back on.
I don't know who that is.
Oh! You know, I never heard what you said, but it just registered so late. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, man. Man down. So, let's go to who's actually done it here. These men are these men are sick. Have you seen the Yeah, these men are definitely done it here. Where is this in the world? You need to put these men's pictures up because they're out here trying to abduct women. They're not women, children. They're trying to abduct women, children. I keep saying this. The 11-year-old girl was on the high street in Southeast London, in Bromley, and she was preyed upon by these two guys, these Asian men. They was rolling around. One of them left. Was like they was watching her. Someone said that they noticed them watching her to see if she was like who she was with and stuff like that. And then one of them left. Must have don't know if he's gone up the road or around the corner to try and waylay her. And this other man approached her. This piece of shit. He approached her. It's an 11-year-old girl. He approached her on the high street and he's reasoning with her. She's just so lucky. Yeah, the nosy shoppers, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, these white people be nosy, they be listening to everything. They walked past and overheard the conversation, overheard the man asking her if she was by herself. You get me? So she's asking her if she was by herself, whatnot. And then, like, she's walking to the shop. There's a video there if you play it. I don't know how she knew, because the video's only like a minute long, and she don't know these people. She just walked past, she was walking past them. Yeah, there, she's walking past them. She saw what was going on. And then instantly she just said, nah. Cause she came back out the shop like 20 seconds later or something like that. And she grabbed the girl. She's saying like, yo, you don't know this brother, do you? She's like, oh yeah, come with me. I'm coming to the shop. And then she called the police. And then it turns out these people are still doing this stuff on the high street. See, look, she just walked past them. Look, he's there. He's talking to the young girl.
Oh, that's where she has it.
Yeah, she must have heard him say, oh, who are you with? Are you alone or something like that? And then she was like, nah, fuck this. And then she doubled back. And then she approached them. There's a little conversation there, and then the man's left and gone about his business. But that was close. It was a close call. Because you look, she doubled back. She stopped her. You get me? And then now she's reasoning, and he's still there. These men are doing this stuff in plain sight.
This is wild.
It's crazy that this stuff still kind of goes on. You get me? Or how you see it play out. I don't know what he could have been saying, because where would she have went with him? Why would you need to make educate your kids in that as well? And like the whole no strangers thing is mad, because as close as that was, I don't understand what he was going to use to try and get her to go with him. Is 11 too young to be out by herself?
How? Man, we're outside
Nowadays. But back in the day, it was different, you know?
That's what, year 7, no?
Basically, yeah.
It's a weird norm. You're giving them free reign to be like, oh yeah, make your own journey to school or go to the corner shop. From looks like that child was just outside the corner shop.
Yeah.
Like, so at what point can you say they're safe? They're not safe. If the predators are just there, middle of the day, 11-year-old girl outside the corner shop, where can I send my child? That's
scary, man. That's scary, because 11's pretty, like you're saying, if you start secondary school, you should be making your own way to school and stuff like that. Like that's old. You're not even a teenager yet, but like that's old. You wouldn't have to be worrying about, and you would think that you've instilled enough into your child to know better and stuff like that. But again, like, they're young. They don't know what they don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this man could have said anything to twang her to go around the corner and whatnot. And then you lift her up and she's gone and all that. It's scary to think that your child can't go to the shop at 11 though. Because for real, like you're saying, we was outside from young. And obviously this stuff's always been going on. And you would hear things in school sometimes that you might get a little report about something or something. But I haven't had no real experiences of it. I don't know anybody that's been abducted, or I haven't had anybody approach me and try. So I can't, it's something that I know exists, but I haven't got any real experience of it. But was it worse back? Wouldn't you think things have got would be better or like? Times have changed, innit? So it was cool for an 11-year-old to be outside there, and you wouldn't, and it would be thinking, even though them things was going on. Now in modern days, things are so amped up and so hyper visible, and you're scared. It's like, right, you can't be outside at your 11. But with the way we're advancing in life, like, wouldn't you think things are better? Would be better now than getting worse?
Say that.
I don't think they're better. I think we're just made more aware of similar situations. So back then, when we were 11, around that age, there wasn't as much social media or networking, so people weren't aware of things happening.
So you don't hear the stories.
Yeah, still a lot of CCTV though.
Yeah, but it wasn't as prominent as it is now.
Yeah.
So where something would happen today, we're hearing about it within the next hour. It will take you a couple of weeks before you heard about something back in 2001.
What's the solution? Like, what do you do?
Trust people, bro. Trust strangers.
Well, she did
crazy
help.
though, man.
Yeah, like as much as we don't love a nosy Karen, she did the right thing in this situation. So you gotta just hope and pray that the right people are around at the right time.
Yeah, community. You just got to rely on community, and
It's
like,
hard to rely on community though, man. Like as much as you want to rely on it. Obviously, my girl done a good deed there and stuff, but
no, but it's not just the Karens, it's everybody, because it's probably because that was an Asian man and a little white girl
that's
that
what I'm
made
saying. to
the
you.
antennas pop up. If,
Yeah.
if it was a little girl of colour,
That's
might not even have thought nothing of it.
that's my exact point.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That's my exact point. But then man got to turn around and say trust the community. If that's another colour, then maybe my girl don't give a shit. So within our own community, we have to be more vigilant, I guess. But you know, people when they got kids, the last thing I'd want to do is I would hate for someone not to look out for my kids, because I will always believe that it's not just the parents that raise the kids, it's the village. So if I see, your one doing something wrong, like I should be able to tell them X, Y, Z, as opposed to looking out for them at the same time. So yeah, it's important, man. That's just crazy to see. 2023,
Yeah, it's horrifying. It's horrifying, to be fair. I don't know, man. As a people, we just need to be better. We need to make sure we look out for each other. You know what I'm trying to say, and be vigilant, especially of the young kids, children, and stuff like that. But I think for the most part, I like to think that most people are like that. You know what I'm trying to say? I've always panicked. I've been in situations where I've been out in public and I've seen a kid, and I will not take my eyes off this youth until I see it's an adult. Because my first thought is, where the hell are your parents?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, who are you with? Who is this person with? I've even said to the little kid, who are you with? Who you with? And I don't know, someone might have saw that. I was like, but no, I've got my heart's clean. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I ain't got to know it till I see some type of parent or something. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so all we can do is just try and better ourselves, and people just try and care. And like, community is big. But yeah, big up that woman for playing her part and saving her. Them men are definitely done at here. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, them scumbags plaster their faces all over the place. And yeah, just make sure everybody's aware of them in your local community. If you're in the South East London, Bromley area, just make sure you're looking out for them dons. You get me? If you see them, a little bit of jungle justice wouldn't go amiss.
That's the jungle justice.
You know what it is, man. But yeah, they are definitely done it here, man. Let's get into our outro. I ain't done an outro in ages, so I forgot what I'm supposed to say. So, are you gonna do it?
Yeah, man, bro.
You're doing great, man.
Thank you. Okay. First point, host wrapping up the show. So, thank you, Maurice, the author, for turning up,
Yeah, it
man.
was great, man.
Yeah, man. Love the book, man. Love the book. People, please support, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, man. Again, like the video, share the video. I feel like a lot of people are like, not enough people are liking it, I feel like this week it kind of went down. And the last 2 weeks, the guests have been phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what people are doing. I think you people are focusing on wrong things, right? But like the video, comment, and share the video, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this out there. Let's get the live show that you guys want, innit? Because if it's only going to be 50 people turning up, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So like the video, let us know that you actually like the video. And then obviously, yeah, you can get what you want. Also, listeners, if you want to send in voice notes, you want to send in text messages, you can do that. Number is 07564 841 073. I think that's pretty much it, man. Also, dilemmas, asking for a friend, sis, what would you do? Topic suggestions as well. You can send that to the day after at thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X instead of an A, right? So the day after at thenewblack.com. I think that's pretty much it, man. And tomorrow...
What's going on in the chat, man?
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm seeing a lot of...
I'm so confused.
We're gonna get an update after, I think.
Yeah, I need an update from someone, man. This is crazy. So confusing.
Well, Esther's in the chat, so maybe she could update you. The one day she's not in, it just goes tits up.
Yeah, man, I think that's it for us, man. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
we
man.
never failed to give them a day of entertainment.
I'm telling you.
Never, I'm telling you. Never
Exactly.
fail.
So like the video, man.
I said, Ma will wake up, you know.
All right, later.
Peace.
Peace.